You said, look, we don't want a problem.
No, I don't think you
I don't ever want a problem. But when they say they want a problem, I say no problem. That's it. It makes people feel like I want trouble because I don't have a problem with it when it comes.
Said nigga that gain, nigga that like not gain weight, the nigga that lost weight, lift the weights or some shit doing with some weight. Like big as hell, man. They said nigga got muscles and shit, man. So he ain't bullshit this time.
I like red balls, I type, light skin, next life, hello.
GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
I like red balls, I type, light skin, next life, hello.
GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic. GFan, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world you could be. So be right here with me, man. The BABG OG. Shout out to y'all, man, in the building, bro. So we just gonna go ahead and get into it, man. Listen. Hey, man, wave the fucking well, I won't say that. Sound the alarm. You know what I'm saying? Pop the flares. Put the word out, man. I'm here. You know, again, certain motherfuckers got a lot of shit to say about this pro-blackness. A lot of y'all motherfuckers been chasing me around because of your E-Daddy, you know, on YouTube and these YouTube streets. Coon-tastic, tether-tastic, you know, but I'm some of everything. Where you from? Where you this? Where you that? You not FBA. Your hairline. Nigga, my hairline better than yours. Don't play with me. And this just, you know what I'm saying? This because I'm woofing, right? I ain't you know what I'm saying, I'm contemplating if I want to grow it back out or whatever, man. You know, it's all mine. You know what I'm saying? No Brent Fires, right? But you know, it's crazy. I emerged from the crack smoke. You know what it is, man. Shout out to Grinch in the building, man. Who me? I emerged from the crack smoke. Listen, man. The issue and problem I fundamentally have with pro-blackness is, again, man, it's another thing that we have a wonderful and great opportunity to do something beautiful. Not only beautiful, but impactful, powerful, and all these different things. Um, in the ideology of and the mission of what's supposed to be about in this progression of black people overall. You know what I'm saying? Not just black men, not just black women, but black people. Okay. Man, woman, child, right? Male and female, boy and girl, right? Young, old, big, fat, short, tall, everybody, right? The problem and issue we have is the Niggerlander syndrome. All right. And the Niggerlander syndrome encompassed with the crab in the barrel mentality, along with the motherfucking triple I syndrome, you know, intrinsic inferiority, insecurity complex, which not only applies to, you know, the colorism crybabies, but also applies to the white supremacist, you know, preachers. You know, this ideology that we in this system to where we can't do nothing because the white man won't let us. Well, again, man, you literally have people that are checking the bag and been checking the bag for over 10 years, telling you the same thing. In the meantime, between time, they work with white supremacy. They work for white supremacy. They've been paid handsomely by white supremacy. And let me go ahead and drop this link, man. I'm gonna drop this link off rip because, again, this is a smoke show. Okay, so my monologue, I'm just gonna talk shit because you niggas said you was gonna pull up and you niggas gonna this and you gonna tell me this and you gonna tell me that, whatever. So the link is here. Let me go ahead and pin that, right? So anybody that has any disagreements at any point in time, man, feel free to click that link and come up. Now, I know you niggas, you know, y'all are more sensitive than anything else, right? So don't be weird. Don't come up here and you know, flash your nuts or nothing like that, right? Don't be weird. Oh damn, what the hell I do wrong? Well, they're not promoting this. They're definitely not promoting it because it's not even on my thing. So I gotta go to my page to see it. So where did we go wrong? Where did we go? Where do we go from here? Well, I probably because I put Colt. So that's probably why. But it is what it is. Pin that just in case. And then we can continue. So that's the issue and problem. There are far too many intra-racial issues and problems that we can't fix but refuse to fix to be worried about interracial issues. Okay, again, it really doesn't make any point of even showing data and statistics because niggas don't care. And I got something coming up on that completely and totally and wholly. Just the whole thing, man, of nah, I ain't from Duncan Block, man. I'm East Side, baby, but I feel you though. Shout out to Tom Maestro, man. Yeah, I know about Duncan Block, man, but I'm East Side, man. I'm on the other side of time, man. West Side, shout out to West Side though. But but that's the issue and problem we have. Again, man, racism on the list of things for black people, it doesn't even make the top 10 of the list. It doesn't. In 2023, it does not make the top 10 of the list of issues and problems with black people. And a lot of those things that they always complain about us over here. Oh, we got Big Kev. Big Kev is not going. Well, he might say. A lot of those things we talk about are the relationship dynamic, are the family unit. So when people come here and they're like dick and pussy conversation, dick and pussy conversation, dick and pussy conversation, well, again, man, everybody talks about it, and our biggest problem and issue, the crux of the downfall of the black community is the break between the black man and the black woman. I know y'all don't want to hear this shit. I know there's a red pill. Oh, listen, man. The issue and problem is that there is no unity, there is no contract, there's no agreement, there's no camaraderie, there's no compassion, there's no compromise when it comes to the black man and the black woman. And the sad part about it is The men are the only one bringing anything to the table, trying to make things work. You know, it's crazy, right? When you even look at a lot of these movies and things and whatever, and it's barbaric and ruthless and everything as men can be. Men are actually the most compassionate because again, every day a man, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying it's anything special, but people just don't understand what it's like to have the ability to, you know, enforce your will upon someone and not do it. Again, everybody takes for granted the people that do the right thing, right? Until they don't. All right. Everybody takes for granted the person that, you know, shows up to work on time and, you know, they never complain and they this and they that and they whatever, la la la. You know why? Because that person gives everybody else space to be lazy as fuck. That person gives everybody else to be space to you know, not keep up their end of the bargain. Right. That's the role that men play in society on a macro and a micro. You know, if the bills come up short or whatever, or so on and so forth, man, it's your responsibility. If your family ends up, you have a family unit, whether it be you and you know, your girl are cohabitating, or you guys are married or whatever. If you end up out on the streets, or you end up with the fucking lights cut off, who they gonna say is the broke ass motherfucker? Nobody's gonna look to the woman. Never. As they should, and they shouldn't, right? But lo and behold, what people don't understand is, well, shit, you gave Shawty the money for the bills, and she went out and had a fucking shopping spree. You see what I'm saying? So that's why y'all embarrassed with a fucking eviction notice on the goddamn front of the thing, because you gave her the fucking money to pay for the rent, and well, she needed X amount of dollars for this, that, and the other. So now the fucking check didn't clear because you stupid enough, you dumb enough to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, have a joint account. All right. And again, man, it's just so many things that goes along. But Kev, you up here, brother? Go ahead. I'll give you your say, and then I'll hop back in.
Yeah, man. I was actually trying to get on the Bernard panel with a FD. I understand, and I think it probably wasn't a good idea, for you to turn into a roast session. I would just want to just let him talk. Be personally fantastic. I would just let him talk. So, but
well, let me explain this. Let me explain this. A lot of people don't understand, bro. Listen, bro. I'm an expert of disrespect. Okay, when I, and I'm also an expert of like ulterior motive, or just underlying intentions and the true intentions of people. So when this dude comes up and he only comes over to Bernard Riley whenever Bernard Riley has something of significance to where he can bite off of and do something. I don't know much about Buddy. I don't. You know what I'm saying? When the first time I ever heard of him or known him was Bernard Riley. And I asked him directly, and like I said, if you guys go back and you ever look at most of the shit I do, bro, it's never just blatant crazy rage or whatever. I know, man. I'm passionate. I'm animated. I keep shit comedic. That's me. I'm gonna be me regardless wherever I'm at. But if you go back through and listen to it, bro, listen to how many times he just had some slit like, you niggas. And this is a feminist. This is a soft nigga. This is a dude that, like, you sit down or we're in a group or a group or something. He's not popping none of that rah-rah shit. I hate that, bro. I hate a motherfucker that act like they built like that, and then you coming in to be disrespectful, and then you act like you the smartest nigga in the room. He's violating on everything. Like, so like if we were men together, like we would not be able to coexist in the same space. I feel like as a man, that's extremely, extremely disrespectful, cowardly, and bitch made. That's the moves of a bitch, because that's why I always start shit off. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, because you can kind of clip this, but I wanted to get a chance to answer FD some questions, because again, he made the assertion that that a lot of feminists such as himself have gone so far and working hard and doing their best to advocate for black men and boys. I just had a list of questions I want to ask FD. Let's see here. One of the questions is this, right? Okay, if they're working so hard, number one, why is it that a lot of these boys don't know how to read, okay, or not reading at grade level, despite the fact that, number one, okay, black women primarily have custody of their children. Number two, black women are the majority of the teachers in black schools. And number three, black women go to college on average more than any other demographic. Like they attend college at a higher rate. So why is it that that's not translating? These boys know how to read, especially if, as the saying goes, the mother's the first teacher of the child. Or when they say that that these feminists are advocating for something, like, well, why do you have two black female therapists that are feminists and basically go viral for their negative views on black men? Or why is it that Bell Hooks, because he loves to throw around Bell Hooks, why did Bell Hooks gain prominence for her negative views on black men and not have any type of data or citations or statistics backing up any of her claims? If they're going so hard, if they care so much, or why is it that, post second wave feminism, why is it that so-called black women have experienced the highest increase in rates of abortion and divorce and single motherhood if they're so concerned about black men and boys and about keeping the ladies? You know what I mean? Like, we ask questions like that. But when he tries to say that patriarchy is the problem, because, a lot of people in this space, that side of YouTube, love to use the whole patriarchy and patriarchy that. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, if this mythical black patriarchy that you speak of, right? Number one, has it existed for the most part in the black community for generations? Number one, and then number two, if it did exist, has it resulted in a net increase or a net decrease in the quality of life for those families? I think when you really ask him questions such as that, again, as you saw him on the panel, it was just kind of talking in circles and saying a lot of ums and uhs and a lot of long-winded non-answers.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick, brother. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, you got your you having some you having some connectivity issues, bro. You're going in and out. I don't know where you are, and then your mic is real low too. So I don't want to
hold on.
See if you adjust it, and let me read through the super chat and let me say something, and I'll make a point of one of your points. That chick made shout out to Nova Kane. That chick made Red Supreme flip out on y'all. He calling everybody coons. LOL. Listen, man. Listen, bro. The point in the matter of this, right? And let me see who said it. Pro Blacktive. And again, man, the links in the chat. So this is a smoke show. This is a true pushback. This is true unedited or whatever you got to say. Whatever sect of pro black you are, ADOS, FBA, red, black, and green, Pan-Africanists, I don't damn know. No, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucking tethers and whatever, whoever or whatever, bro. Just I don't fucking know, man. Whatever you got to say, man, come up here. Don't just type in the chat. Y'all hit the like and share. You're a lot better now, bro. You heard? Now you're a whole lot better. Hold on. But
when you ask FD questions such as that, because they like to use the black patriarchy argument as this negative thing. I'm like, all right, cool. Has it? First of all, has it been in the community for the most part? Does it exist for the most part in the community in most cases? And then if it does exist, has it resulted in a net increase or a net decrease of quality of life for those families that do so? Again, when you pester guys like him on those questions, you start to realize again that, and even he's admitted himself when he said academic trash and that they don't have these conversations. The harsh truth is that most of them, most pro-blacks and most feminists, including FD Signifier, they don't have anything to offer young boys, young so-called black boys and young men, except sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Rainbow rhetoric and misandry. And I think that's what you're starting to see when you actually pester them and actually press them on some questions. You actually ask them okay, what are you guys actually doing? Because you're saying you're doing it. You're saying that you're stuff. All the history and data and evidence says that you're not trying at all, barely trying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, bro. Your connectivity is going in and out again, brother. I'm not. You don't have to drop out. I'm gonna drop you down so I can have one-on-one with Afro Diaspora. So you know what I'm saying. It's just whatever. So, hey, what's up, brother? Go ahead.
Peace, family. How you doing?
Hey, man. Another day, man. What's going on with you?
Ain't too much, and this will be real brief, to be honest with you.
Okay.
My question is, given the fact that Pearl unapologetically said that she is anti-reparations, and she said this on Mumia's interview with her,
I heard it.
Given
I
the
was there.
fact that Pearl said that she is against reparations, my question is, are you, as a descendant of United States slaves, willing to join the initiative to boycott Pearl?
No, I'm not boycotting anyone
All right, I'm gonna ask you a very simple question. Why are you willing to give support to a Caucasian colonist that is not in support of the reparations initiative of your own ethnicity?
because there are black people that are also in support of not having reparations.
That's a deflection, brother. I'm asking
It's
you
not a deflection.
directly.
I asked your question directly, brother. I asked
No,
your
no,
question.
no.
I answered your question.
You said there are other coons that are anti-reparations. We acknowledge
No,
that. I'm
I said
asking,
black people.
yes, the ones you're
So that's
describing are definitely
justification. That's
coons.
justification. So just like I would not boycott a black person for having their opinion, I'm not gonna boycott a person because of a different race for their same opinion.
Well, number one, why would you treat outsiders the same way you treat your own family?
Because sometimes outsiders treat you better than your family.
All right, and I'm asking a very simple question. In the United States, as a unit, I'm asking with all due respect, the fact that Caucasians as a unit not only enslaved us, but have also deprived us of our monetary reparations and our land rights as reparations. Are you saying that we ourselves as a unit, as descendants of United States slaves, we have treated ourselves worse than colonists collectively have treated us?
Yes,
I'm
yes,
asking.
brother. Yes, yeah. And when we became in power, hold on one second. Let me tell you this. 1 second, brother. I have something to support to show you that it's not only me. Okay, hold on, brother. Here we go, right here. I'm going to show you what a man that's far more successful than me, right? Man is far more successful than me, right? Agrees with my sentiments. And hey, everybody wait in the back, man. I want this to be a one-on-one thing. So especially those that if you agree with me, man, I'm cool. I appreciate you guys, but give me a second, brother. So give me a second.
Yes, and
See,
I don't want
brother,
to touch your point. Go ahead, I'm listening.
well, no. Well, this is what I'm saying, brother. The problem that the pro-black seem to have is that you guys think you have a quote-unquote code or lockstep or so on and so forth. And the issue that commonly happens is you guys want to shame and call other people coons, or actually,
Yes,
like I said, be very disrespectful to
yes,
people's racial, the whole thing that makes you up simply for having, your own, train of thought.
yes.
For simply being a free thinker, you guys shame that. When again, brother, do you work for a black corporation?
Let me respond to that without being cut off. I'm glad you asked me that. Actually, I'm self-employed right now, but let me address this part. Don't you realize through our tax revenue being allocated to DACA and to foreign aid and to legislation that increases the amount of immigrants that come to the U.S., don't you realize by advocating against reparations, you must acknowledge that our tax revenue is definitely going somewhere, and it's going to the illegal aliens that are illegally encroaching in our communities. So we do not have the luxury to say that we are anti-reparations, because when we say that, we are advocating for our tax revenue to go to other ethnicities.
Okay.
Literally.
So first off, brother, shout out to KP from KC, man, for the cash app. I greatly appreciate you, brother. Thank you guys for what's name. And then secondly, brother, this is what I would say. Again, I'm fully aware what you're talking about, DACA and all these different things that tax dollars go to. But then at the same time, the question would be again, what are we doing as far as what is your definition of reparations for you?
It's all encompassing, but baseline, at least land and money, at least at the bare minimum. But
Okay, so
please, let's not
land.
speed past that point that our tax revenue, instead of being used to reparate us, our tax revenue is actually being used to empower foreigners through foreign aid and DACA. Let's not speed past that.
I'm not. I acknowledge that, brother. I didn't speed past anything. I acknowledge what you said. I
Don't
said
you,
I
don't
agree,
you
and,
ever
and I
get,
said hello, and I said I agree with you. So
so shouldn't we
we
fight
got,
over that tax revenue? That same exact tax revenue that we're
well, hold
discussing.
on. You let
Shouldn't
me
we fight
finish.
over it?
I have to get basis, brother. Make sure we're on the same page. So you said money and land, right? That's your definition of reparations.
I mean, you can add some other things in there, but for the most part, land, money. I mean, you can say education, but yeah,
Okay,
land and money.
well, okay. So this is what I'm telling you too. So for me, I don't believe it should be any type of direct money given to quote unquote individuals. So
Brother,
I agree.
Hold on, let me say this: DACA recipients are receiving direct money. So why would you advocate against your own ethnicity receiving direct payments?
Oh,
Japanese receive direct payments.
No.
Let's talk about it, brother.
Well, again, brother. Again, that's totally different times, and it's not here. And I'm telling you, it's different.
No.
You guys like to
Hold on, you just proved my point. Hold on, that's a different time in the past, meaning that more interest has accumulated on the wealth that is owed to us. You're right, we are owed more.
Oh, okay, and brother, I would agree with you on that premise, but I'm not cutting you off. Can we have the same
Yeah, I
respect? brother?
apologize for that. I apologize for that.
I'm not
And
cutting
please
you
let me
off
say
at all.
this, because I gotta be brief, because I gotta go in 2 minutes. But I apologize for cutting you off. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. This is basically what I'm saying, man. There's too many school of thought and ideology when it comes to different things. Okay, as far as the tax revenue and how it's being spent or whatnot, what have you. Again, I am for reparations. I understand it is being given to foreign aid, it's being given to all these different people, all these different things. At the end of the day, brother, this is what I'm saying. A person has the right to agree or think whatever they choose to think, brother. Again, I don't agree with certain lifestyles, right? But can I tell that person, and can I just completely, totally, move these people to the side because of their lifestyles? It's the same premise. It doesn't you guys are trying to put one premise that you accept the same premise on in a different.
I actually agree with you, brother. That's my point. Just as Pearl has the right not to support reparations, we as descendants of United States slaves have a right to boycott Pearl. We have a right not to support Pearl. That's all
brother,
I'm saying.
Brother, but you said you're challenging me to do so.
No, I asked why. No. The question is, are you willing to join the initiative? You said no. I said why not?
No, I'm not. No.
Yeah, so I didn't beg you. I just said why you not, and you said your answer.
Well,
let me say this for the listeners.
And furthermore, hold on. And furthermore, brother, like I said, you can check my record and see. I would much rather. I would do much better in whatever Pearl isn't even really relevant to the thing or whatever. Boycotting her, for one, I didn't support her enough to actually boycott her. But
yeah, that's all I'm saying. The cash app that we give her, let's stop giving it to her. The likes that we give her, let's stop giving it to her, because it's monetized. It's monetized.
Well, it's not just. I've never given her a cash app. I've never given Pearl a donation.
Oh, well, much respect. Me neither. But I'm talking to the listeners,
But at the same time, though, I do use Pearl for content because Pearl has a 1 million sub YouTuber, and
all right. Well, look, if you can exploit it, then do that, because they've been exploiting us. So yeah, get the money off it. But for the listeners, in conclusion, because thank you for allowing me to have the time to speak, I'll say this in closing. To the descendants of United States slaves that are listening, please boycott Pearl. Join the initiative. Stop cash apping her. Stop super chatting her. Don't go to her chat. Stop liking the videos. Fantastic. Much love to you, brother. Keep putting out this positive information. Much love.
All right, bro. Appreciate you coming up. Let me see. See Moses. We just add everybody. Now let me see. Now this is a problem, right? We're gonna let this play so you guys can hear this. Okay. What's going on? Why's my sound fucked up? What? Am I tripping? No, I'm not tripping. Where's my sound? Hold on, give me a second. I'll try this again. Hold on real quick. Oh, that's why. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, my bad, y'all. For whatever reason, it wasn't showing. But let me show you this. And this is far too often, right? And Tony Yayo, you guys, everybody know who Tony Yayo is, okay? Tony Yayo is a smaller version, right, of this whole situation, right? So listen to Tony Yayo, because the brother asked me the question, why are you supporting white people versus your own? Okay, that was a question that the brother was asking. And I'm sorry, I had technical difficulties, brother. I'm not, I'm directly trying to best quote you verbatim. Why would you support white people versus your own? And my answer to him was, there are some people to where their family, white people supports them better than their own family. And again, this is just me and my individual, thing that I've heard many of black people say. You know what I'm saying? But let's go right here to this proof from this man.
He's white. That's it. He's white.
Now we got that with Eminem. We done be called house niggas, all this, that. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody in my hood, my family, wore free Yayo shirt at the Grammys and look out for me, nigga. Niggas are mad at the white boy because he's the black hockey player. Yo, music don't play in the clubs. So that don't make him the GOAT. What happened to Balls, nigga?
I never have an issue.
What happened to Balls?
He was the first rapper to shout out.
Because I fuck with Eminem since Renegade. And that nigga put me on.
Since Renegade?
Nigga, since Renegade.
I was fucking with
when
Eminem.
He went bar to bar But what I'm saying is he got respect in the hood from Renegade, nigga.
I'm the last man
But at the end of the
standing.
day,
Never drop into the Grand Canyon, hop out of the Trans Am and land in a handstand. Nigga, when Future Flavors was playing this,
Yo,
nigga,
look,
I was like,
look.
who the fuck is this?
Now, I'm just some lowly nobody coon on the internet, right? From what y'all say, I'm just some lowly nobody coon on the internet. But here again, you said Tony Yayo, right? At the height and time or whatever he was, and y'all love jail niggas. See, this is a crazy thing. As much as niggas love jail niggas, niggas really don't love jail niggas. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, niggas love jail niggas, but niggas don't love jail niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paul Mooney. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will praise and glorify and all this other shit, but y'all won't put none of these niggas' books. Y'all won't pay none of their lawyers' fees to get them motherfucking lawyers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get them a good lawyer. You ain't got no property. You see, if you had owned some property, put up a good property bond. You know, all that good shit, whatnot, what have you. But lo and behold, you know, be a real nigga. Take that time. Don't snitch. Take it to trial. Get 65 years. Don't take no plea deal. You know, this is the fucking the advice and the dumb shit that niggas do to other people, right? The sad part about it, man, that's a part of pro-blackness too, because pro-blackness, you know, yeah, man, you gotta be real. You're a real nigga. You ain't this, you that, you're a coon, you're lame, you're this, you that. Bro, it's just another fucking thing, bro, of just like the cool kids versus everybody else. This fucking hive mentality and mob mentality, bro. It's just lose. But go ahead, man. C Moses, what's up with your brother? Go ahead.
What's up? Sorry. A bunch of stuff was coming to mind as you was talking to the dude before me, and just going on there. And I think this is where we're headed. I'm results oriented. Like, what's the result of some of these actions and the mindset that you're where are you trying to go with it? And that brother before me, that line of thinking, and I'll just say, just because of the title, like the FBA line of thinking, it's like, and it's honestly, it's a new thing. It's only about, and I would say 100 years, and that's being, rounding up. What has that gotten that community other than talking points that we're starting to realize are false? Like, the results that come from that type of mind and mindset and your ability to connect with people and the conversations that you'll find yourself having over and over again literally gets you nothing. So I'm just hoping that as we start to think about these things and realize, like, look, these numbers are either going up or down, the lifestyle is either getting better or worse, or you're doing a whole lot of work and you're literally staying in the same spot. Like, if it's not working, switch it. Move, think differently, and you have the ability to do that. And now that we're seeing a lot more people like yourself creating things, coming online, letting people know, like, that man calling you a coon or switching up your words and putting coon in your statement did nothing to you. So there's no, like, that's kudos to you, because they used to be able to just throw that at you, and then you get all emotional. Oh, I'm not a coon. You almost feel like you got to defend yourself. And that's probably, I'm sure at one point you felt like you had to defend yourself, and now it's like, and it's a testament to the growth of the other way of thinking of, all right, I see what you're doing, but if I respond to you, then, I'm playing into your hand. If I just pretend as if, you could do whatever you want. You want to call me, it's proving your point. There's something to show for, like, the new way of being and thinking, and hopefully people are able to, like, he's still in the comments talking about boycott. Like, it gets you nowhere.
Well, let me see this. That's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying, right? Again, listen, bro. Now check the social blade, bro. Listen, the sickness of the sickness, bro. And I'm calling it this. The sickness of pro-blackness, man, is this ideology that black people have their hands or their influence on things they absolutely have nothing to do with. Again, let me do this math for y'all real time, bro. Let me do this math for y'all real time, right? I gotta do this math for y'all real time. Give me a second.
And now, you're right in saying the sickness. It is a mental.
It's a sickness. Pro-blackness is a sickness, man. It really is. Okay.
And we just got to call it like it is. Being mentally ill the way these people are, I think it's not to take a shot at them, but it's for them to understand they got to do some healing.
It's not for them at all, because you can't heal them. The cultists, bro, you can never bring the cultists out of the cult. You just have to give it in their due time. They have to get so fed up with being, and accepting the fact. It's like, the stages of grief for a cultist coming out of the cult, right? You can present them with the facts and the evidence all they want, but because it's a belief. And this is what I think, what I know for a fact people miss. The part of pro-blackness that makes pro-blackness so strong is that the belief of white supremacy and racism is there. You embed this from childhood, and you tell them you can't do this because the white man. You can't do that because the white man. If you don't succeed, it's the white man. If you come up short, it's the white man. Don't look at, never mind all these people doing good that look just like you, right? Don't ignore those. Don't look behind that curtain. Don't pay attention to those. But when you come up short, white man, that's all you got to say. You know what I'm saying? And him holding you back. So it's 331. We'll say 300. Well, just say 330 million. All right. 2021, 330 million. All right. Total U.S. population. Hold up. We got, oh shit, patriarchy putting money on my shit. What the fuck? And who the hell is this nigga right here? Senior. Oh, y'all, this a troll. Jesus Christ. The truth is the country was better state when it was only FBA, British American Jews. Once the floodgates open for your green cards, it Carter's into hell. Shout out to the Patriarchy Strikes Back Senior, man. Y'all trolls is crazy, man. Appreciate you.
There is some truth to that, because I've long said that illegal immigration should stop. I mean, not illegal immigration. I mean immigration, unless it should be a serious halt on it. But that's another topic for another time.
Yeah, but let's see who's next. C Moses, you have anything else, bro?
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to add, when it comes to reparations and the discussion around it, one reason I don't like the idea of it being monetary is, well, a couple of reasons. One is that it would screw up the economy. So from an economical standpoint, it doesn't make sense to pump a bunch of more cash in and put it just in the hands of one group of people, even though so there's so many different things, because you can't prove that these people were descendants of slaves. I don't identify as a descendant of slaves. I believe my family and the people that back during that time period, they had slaves as a way of life. It was a lifestyle. When you live off of the lands, you till the soil, and if you have enough land, some people come onto your land. So there's levels to the thinking of, or unpacking. You can't just hand out more cash because of what it would do to the economy. And for that reason, that if that's my reason, it doesn't make me against my own people. It's just why I'm Xing that as a solution to whatever problem you're bringing forward. And the way that you were posing it is, your answer is your answer. So you presented, oh, well, what do you think about this? And are you for this or against this? Whatever I respond with is my answer. So I think from an economical standpoint, we would do destruction to a system, whether or not we believe it's working for us. It would hurt the system even more if we were to pump more money and put it in the hands of people who couldn't prove that they are, I don't want to use the deserving, but I want to land my plane, just saying deserving of it. So in response to that, I would believe in reparations that exempts you from taxes, just because this system isn't truly for us today. So that's something that you're at least acknowledging, what's going on right now. But I'm gonna hold it there and maybe chime in on the conversation. That's all.
All right, cool. Shout out to Messi Lee Peterson, Mr. Fantastic. Do you and your panel love white people? I don't say I love white people specifically. I don't think I don't specifically love white people, but I do not hate or have any issues or problems with white people either. So again, white people have been, for the most part, pretty cool with me. I'm cool with white people, but a love for them, an affinity, I don't know. But yeah. Would anybody else like to speak on their affinities for the white race? I guess from Messi.
I just love the fact somebody would create an account and then get the photo.
It's crazy, bro. These are crazy. But let me do this. Let me show you guys this. Right, I wanted to show this. So again, I just showed you guys 48.6 million black people. Right now, make sure you guys can see this. All right, cool. 2.6 billion total YouTubers a day. Right. All right. 2.6. YouTube has more than 2.6 billion monthly active users. So every month, 2.6 billion people are using YouTube. Okay. YouTube Premium and Music together have more than 50 million subscribers. So just for the people that pay, so I gotta this, and this is why I say, man, you know, I don't think it's a lot of ignorance, and at the same time delusions of grandeur that black people have at a time, because you know a lot of people black people don't travel. I think they say what most people in general don't travel outside of like 50 miles of where their hometown, like in a lifetime, like never ever even go, you know, a 50-mile radius outside of where they stay. And this is the black people's view of the world, right? The again, man, black people truly are like just a study. Like if really you ever really and I'm glad this is what I wanted to say too. Listen, man, the most important part of that is that whatever parts of reparations should be a major guaranteed part of mental health and counseling and just a complete and total, like, I don't want to say necessarily re-education, but let's say proper education, so black people can become independent of, you know what I'm saying, the slave narrative, and just start teaching them how to people are supposed to interact with other people and be free from the white man. The number one thing that should come with reparations is a deprogramming of, you know, the white supremacy, you know, racism mentality. Not to say that it never happened or it does not exist, but to literally force it to be shown and for you to acknowledge that, okay, if I don't make it, it's not because of some hidden hand white man that's not letting me make it. That should be a part of it. Well, let's go to Freeman. Freeman is on you. Let's go right.
Hey, man. It was so fantastic. Appreciate the time.
No problem, brother.
So what you were saying about being free from that, I don't think that's going to happen, right? Only because, okay, let's say you go back and you say, hey, black culture is descended from Scots-Irish dysfunctional redneck culture, right? Dysfunctional Southern culture didn't change, right? We had the Civil War, right? And then we had Northern troops stationed in the South to allow, you know, black people to vote, et cetera, right? Post that, what'd you have? You had Jim Crow and everything else. And then what? Then you had the Civil Rights Movement, right? That culture had to be forcibly changed from the outside, right? I don't think the people who are still using that culture are going to just voluntarily give it up, right? I think Scott Adams is a lagging indicator, right? And this has already started to happen, right? Black people are going to have to figure it out themselves because they're being given whole cities, Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Baltimore, and people are staying just well away and out of the way and saying, hey, you've got all the tools, go ahead and do it, right? And that's why you don't hear pro-blacks talking about, you know, black-run cities and how dysfunctional it is. You know what I mean? So, and this whole we business, who is we? Right? We're doing this and that whole thing where he's trying to leverage melanin to have you support a specific ideology. Get out of here with that. You know, you don't control my agency. That my agency is my own. And matter of fact, pro-black is one of the most failed ideologies among black people. Like, what has it done so far?
That's a good point.
What's the fruit of it? I mean, it sounded the same since the 80s. Hell, what's that movie? Minister Society. Hell no, that pro-black gets no play in my ride. I mean, black people have been rejecting it forever. I mean, get out of here. And that's really all I got to say.
All right, appreciate you, brother. What we got next? It is what it is. What's up with you, brother?
How you feeling, Cuzzo? I saw you on Bernard's. But I gotta be honest, regarding the whole reparation situation, and I don't think a lot of people look at it this way. The United States has actually paid reparations to people that actually did not have a suffrage under us. In my opinion, it's just like when you set another brother up with a move, give it to him. Give him the opportunity. If you ain't gonna take like a serious loss, give him the opportunity and see what they do with it. Like, in my opinion, I already know what's gonna happen if we get reparations. There's gonna be a lot of repoed Benzes. There's gonna be a lot of evictions from some nice houses. But after it's done, it's done. There's nothing else you can say. And I don't understand what the reasoning behind like with the San Francisco situation, like why you want to advocate for a community center as opposed to just giving that lump sum and calling it a day. Because at that point, if they did exactly what you projected, now you don't have to touch it anymore. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You really could just let them crash out. Give them that money. Let them crash out if they want to. But those who are responsible will use it the way that it should be used. And then after that, there's no more conversation to be had.
Yeah.
Well, again, man, hold on real quick. Shout out to Silent Sir for the 20 ball, man. And hey, can you, Zab, you got music in the background, fam. Can you turn that music, your background music down? Or mute up and wait till it's your time, fam. Appreciate you. Okay, and real quick, brother. So, if 100% people, I did this so you guys can see it, right? So, if 100% of black people, every man, woman, child, baby, old, young, everybody. If 100% of black people, which that isn't a thing, right? So 100% of black people were on YouTube, we only make up 18% of the total fucking thing of YouTube. All right, for what they say monthly users, right? 18%. So when you guys come making these claims and these things to where if you pull your support, brother, you don't have enough pull to have that point of support on YouTube like that. Okay. I promise you, like I said, bro, y'all, the thing with Pearl, and this isn't me defending Pearl, but you guys need to do your research. Go look at Pearl's social blade, bro. She hadn't lost one subscriber. Nothing has went down. Nothing has slowed down for Pearl. So you guys saying any of this stuff or whatever, what you're doing, and which again, I don't watch Pearl anyway. The only time Pearl comes up is if she goes viral about something, she has a thing or whatnot, and then we cover it. Okay. All right. So this whole thing, I'm telling you guys that you have this thing like you're going to beat the white man or you're fighting the white man, brother. It's crazy. It's delusional of grandeur. They're not worried about you, dog. They have and even the white supremacists made this point. He said, why will we focus on you guys when we're being surpassed by Asians? We're being surpassed by other immigrants. We're being surpassed. And again, something that fucking supported what Pearl said and the other dude said, immigrants are outperforming everybody, all Americans. You know why? Because they work harder, because they come from nothing. And they never want to go back. They have a motivation. Americans all overall are lazy compared to other people. Why? Because we don't even understand what we have in comparison to the rest of the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? They told me it used to be a joke of them saying like the Chinese joke about American people. What's the difference between a rich American and a poor American? They say the poor American has to watch his own Cadillac. So just like you have a perception of the world, the rest of the world has a perception of you, and we take for granted just how fortunate we are, man, and how powerful we are from an economic standpoint, all around the world. All right, all the way around the world, bro. You literally go anywhere in the world, bro, and like you said, some shit pop off. You go to the United States embassy, you good. You know what I'm saying? Some shit pop off or whatever the fuck, bro. You can go to the United States embassy, you ain't got to worry about nothing. 99.999% of the time, right? That's what I'm saying. These other places, bro, even if it's an embassy there, they don't have those same securities. So we take for granted, bro. It's out to a normal. Listen, just look at us, man. Again, because
they have the freedom and the right to be lazy. Whatever they want to be, you can be, and that's why it's like when it comes to boycotting Pearl, I think it's crazy because she's just one person. What did she say that was either false or that you want to correct her on? Use it as a teaching moment. And that's what you said that you did. You kind of can capitalize on it for your good. So like, is there something that you would like the things that she said? Some of the stuff was not some of the stuff. It's a lot of truth in it. And even if she was wrong, correct her. You don't need to boycott any human. She's one person, but use what she said. If you have something, if you know all the answers, use that and correct people. Cause then it's like, got you. Someone who is so big, I can use that to show there is another way of thinking above it. But to boycott, that's just trying to pull somebody down.
And also, I think next.
Can I throw one about Pearl?
Hold on. It is what it is. Hold on. We'll move around. We'll come back to you, brother, so everybody can get in.
For sure.
And again, man, the link is in the chat for any and everybody. I listen. Red, black, and green, pro-black, FBA, whatever, bro. Where y'all at, man? What was that? Skip Bayless in Brazil. Skip Bayless. If anybody's seen Skip Bayless all over the internet, Skip Bayless was telling me how he was gonna motherfucking show up and pull up today. A pro-black man that's been calling me coon and tether and all this shit and whatever that has a white man as his avatar. Out of all the people that are pro-black can pick for an avatar, he picked the whitest, oldest, you know, the guy y'all accused of being a racist for his avatar, Skip Bayless. My brother, where you at? I'm looking for you. Shout out to my man, Great Britain, man. Right, we're 99% locally, we're 1% globally. Again, yeah, man. It's
that's kind of what I wanted to point out. I didn't want to make you look like you was misspeaking bad up here, but you said 18%. That's actually less than 1%. What you just calculated out of billions. That 0 point right there is actually, if the number was in front of the period, that would equal up to a full percentage. That's less than 1%.
No, you gotta no. That's a percentage, bro. If it was in front of it, that'd be 100. So yeah, that's 18%, fam. Trust me, that's 18 cents.
But
right?
moving the decimal place over 2 times?
Yeah,
if you did that, yeah, but
yeah, that's what you have to do. I divided the whole number, so to turn it into a percentage, that converts to that converts to 18%. It's like 18 cents.
All right.
Just think of it in money.
I stand mistaken.
It's cool, brother. It's cool.
At least you can admit it.
It's on you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. You got it.
Yeah, what's good? What's up, panel? I just only had a few things to say. One, with the title. One thing people gotta every 30 to 40 years, there's always a relabeling us, whether it's colored, Negro, Black, African American. How are we supposed to jump into this you want your life to being reduced to being a slave? Newsflash: all Black people weren't slaves. Here's another news flash. When people find out, and there's documented proof of this, that there have been white slaves, and I don't mean onesie twosies either, are they going to want their check too? You know what I'm saying?
Add to it. Keep going.
Give it to them.
Right. So no, but hear me out on this one. But hold on a second. What I have an issue with, and I do think reparations are owed, but I don't think in the form of cash subsidies personally. As the brother who you had point of contention with, fantastic.
Hold on. So tight, real quick. See, real quick, I gotta say this. Now, this is a fake Just Pearly Things. What's the name? This is a fake Just Pearly Things account. Now, see, this is what pro-blacks do to make it seem like whatever, because I'm a coon and Pearl would be comfortable over here, whatever, all these other things, or make it look like, you know what I'm saying, the rabble rouse and make it look like Pearly's actually in here saying some shit.
Right.
So this is a fake Pearly Things account. So, you know what? Hey, you are the weakest link.
That's how they sold it. Dude, this is what makes them more agent provocateurs and all that. You know, they're there to sow discord. Now, my problem on the serious side is are we, I mean, I know y'all not saying this, but I'm just saying this. The solution to Black problems is white sympathy. Now, people say, no, it's what's owed. Hold on. Right now, first of all, how long has HR 40 been on the table as a bill?
Almost my whole lifetime, 30
right.
plus years.
Okay, so and what are we really studying here? Okay, are we just studying which corporations had their initial seed money from slavery? Are we doing that? Are we trying to find out people's lineage to see, okay, they're connected? No, at the end of the day, to me, it's just a buzzword, talking point, just to rabble rouse people. You know, and until I see something serious out there, I just look at it as case in point. Now, if you're against it, you going against your people, or what's that new word now? Tether. I mean, damn, we could be some of the most disrespectful. If we want to say that we could be some of the most disrespectful people there is. We claim to love and want diversity, but damn it, we don't want to have diversity of thought at all. Okay, and isn't that what diversity is about? Getting a different perspective. But no, we all supposed to be in lockstep on this when it's not even fully flushed out. That's all I'm saying on that.
But Black people had the slaves. That's the part that people aren't understanding. It was the Black people that had the slaves.
You're talking about the initial. I agree with you, but
real quick, shout out to Party C, brother. I know if you come back up, man, I know you're busy. I'll make sure I get you in first, and you keep dropping out. I don't know if you leaving or your connection is not hanging up, but if you come back up, brother, I'll make sure you get head of the line or whatever. So
I gotta do some work because I'm not getting reparations, so I'll drop my spot.
Shout out to Sartites, man. Appreciate you, man. Whoa, they fell out. So we got my man Shamwa Allah. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Peace, fantastic, man. I love your show. I've been watching you for a while.
Appreciate you.
I love the fact that you think outside the box and don't go with the group thinking shit. So yeah, That's what makes my thing. But yeah, about this this topic with Pearl. See, my thing is my problem
Oh
with it.
snap!
My problem with Pearl thing is like me personally, like I honestly don't give a fuck what's our feeling towards the reparations, and not as anyone else. Like me, I'm non-NATO. So if she was to say that she don't believe that the British Crown should give the folks in the Caribbean reparations, I wouldn't care because she have no, at the end of the day, if they was to decide to do it, she have no connections or have any say so or whether or not they do it. So I don't know why, folks got their panties in a bunch because he said that. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, as far as like reparations, I'm for it, but I'm kind of against it. Let's hear me out. Three quick reasons. All right, number one, you're gonna have a lot of what the term we just call passe blanc gonna pop out the woodwork with their hand out asking for their reparations. I just saw something a month ago that said that allegedly Jackie O, Jackie Onassis Kennedy, allegedly that she has some black ancestry. You understand what I'm saying? So like so if they approve reparations like country, throughout the entire country, you're gonna have some people that look like damn Justin Bieber, who great-grandfather, was a slave or something, gonna call their hand out talking about with my reparations too. My great-grandfather's black. And they're gonna piss a lot of pro-blacks off.
Well, brother, and I'm glad you said this. I talked about this long ago, and I think I first got involved in the reparations conversation, and I was giving the same pushback you were saying, being like, okay, because this is pretty much something you're gonna have to take to the not just the state level or local level. This is the federal government, man. So how are you going to issue this money? Because all the other groups of people that have been issued this money, they're for sure, for certain, 1,000%, whatever of the group that the money was issued to. The Chinese people, they were definitely Chinese. The Japanese people, they were definitely Japanese. The Native Americans, they were definitely Native American. And they had treaties and different things that they had been promised to them from the United States. Hence the Oklahoma thing that just happened within the last 3-4 years, right? So the issues and problems, and it's going to be a very, very, and this is why I say it's not serious, because how many, black historians do we have? How many pro-black, attorneys do we have? Pro-black judges, all these people that claim to be pro-black. But you mean to tell me you're not really, really working on HR 40? You know what I'm saying? For it to not take 30 years to get nothing done. And then they tease and say these ridiculous things that just never going to happen, bro. For you to give $5 million to every black person in California, which wasn't even a slave state, that doesn't make sense at all. And again, do you think one state will be able to fucking handle that? A whole one state only, just from a state independently? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Not for the not for the $5 million also for San Francisco, but when you read the red tape for all of that, it's like it's a whole bunch of hoops and hurdles you gotta jump through. Like first you gotta be currently living there. Another one, you gotta have family that was living there at a certain time. Like it's all shenanigans, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like like you said, like if the people who's on the reparations board was really serious about it, they should just approve it and be done with it. But let me go on to my second, third reasons. The second reason, like, is if they approve it, is it going to be tax free, or are they still going to take their cut off the top? You know what I'm saying? If they're going to take their cut, that's going to be a problem. And the third reason is that like if they approve, I already know if it's gonna be in money in FRNs, you already know niggas gonna squander it. They're gonna squander. Listen, all they're gonna need is a Super Bowl party, an all-star game, and you're gonna see some video of some simp nigga whining and crying, talk about he spent all his reparations on strippers. I'm calling it now.
Well, I don't think he's spending all the $5 million on strippers, brother. But as far as giving the money right back to the white man, I definitely agree with that. Again, that's why I say it will be much better and more beneficial long term to focus on focused and intentional education to and then along with property grants and other things, and some period I would even believe in a period of no taxes, right? So for X amount of years or for life for a certain group. I don't know how it would have to be worked out, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that's what I'm saying. If you focus on that, right, from the mindset of mental health and properly training Black people from an economic standpoint and giving them those tools, then with property or land or something, or like say tax free and all these different things, that'd be far more beneficial than just giving people that quote unquote don't know anything about money, don't know anything about investing, any of those things. Just hand them fucking money and then expect them to do something good with it. You know what I'm saying? More likely than not,
Hey,
the outcome. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, let me jump in real quick because I'm working on some things real quick. I can't be up here too long. I am for reparations, and let me explain why. All right. So this is Portugal. It's a tiny little country out there in Europe. This is Britain. It's another tiny little country out there. This is the gold reserve of Portugal. It is the largest gold reserve on planet Earth. This is the gold reserve of Britain. It is the second largest gold reserve on planet Earth. This is the International Court. This is where nations go to adjudicate issues or contentment. The case for reparation needs to be had in the International Court. We gotta come together and decide who the plaintiffs are. And here's the good thing about it. Some of these plaintiffs will be white people who were indentured servants, who were slaves themselves. But we got to take the case to the two nations that perpetrated slavery, which is Great Britain and Portugal. And they got the money and they're able to pay it. And we Americans, we got the military that we could use to ensure that they decide to pay us this reparations.
Okay, well, first off, brother, you're brother. You okay? Well, brother, you're incorrect. Portugal does not have the largest gold reserve, brother. United States does.
Fort Knox doesn't have a larger gold reserve than Portugal does.
Brother, do you do understand that Fort Knox is a gold reserve, not the only gold reserve, right?
There's one right here in New York City too.
Yeah, brother, you do understand that, right?
Well, I know that in the past they used Fort Knox as the gold reserve for the Federal Reserve Bank.
But that's only.
I'm
that's
not
only
aware
one.
of them using anything else. But
Well, that's
the
what I'm trying
argument
to. That's what
isn't.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but my argument isn't who has the largest gold reserve. Essentially, my argument is Portugal, a small little nation who did perpetuate slavery, including the Europeans. Same thing with Great Britain. They have made that money due to the exploitation and out of slavery. So that's where the lawsuit has to go to. It doesn't matter that we, like you said, we have a larger gold reserve. I'm not even going to argue with that. But what I'm saying is the nations that did perpetuate slavery, that's who we need to sue.
Okay,
Because if
well,
we
hold on.
try to sue ourselves, that doesn't even make any sense because we
Yeah,
are America.
but hold on. So why would you start with Portugal and not Africa?
Africa doesn't have any money.
That's not true at all. What do you mean?
Africa owes Europe. It's like this, right? Would you rather sue the mom and pop store or would you sue McDonald's? Who has the money to pay out? We could sue Africa. I'm not opposed to suing Africa. I'm saying let's sue the nations who have the money to pay us
Well,
in an international court.
Okay, well that's what I'm. So it's a lot of things wrong with your I understand where you're trying to get, but like you said, precedence, right, and the proper suit. So I'm pretty sure especially from a global and the international court, brother, the world court, they're going to tell you that you have to settle your business with this person first before you can sue this person, or you have to sue everybody all at once and then try to have the the ones that stick. But again, you would definitely have to start in Africa, especially being. Are you aware of the vice president's recent speech concerning Africa and their play in the slave trade?
The role that Africa played in the slave trade is an
Well,
interesting one
respectfully,
because a lot of those nations.
just real quick,
First of all,
respectfully,
Africa isn't a
brother,
nation. I'm getting to your question about the speech.
brother,
Allow me
brother,
to answer it.
well,
You don't want me to answer it?
No. I do want you to answer it, but I want you to answer the question I asked you. I asked you specifically, were you aware of the statements given by the Vice President of the United States of America concerning it?
Quite briefly, yes.
Okay, so you do understand too that the Vice President was formerly
And it wasn't to Africa; it was to Ghana. You talk about Kamala Harris, the speech she
Oh,
gave
you're right.
in Ghana,
Well,
correct?
you're right. Ghana, exactly. But
Right,
Ghana
so
wasn't the
Ghana
only
is not
place.
Africa.
Okay, you're right, brother. I stand corrected. Ghana is not Africa. Ghana is one of the countries, many countries in Africa, but Ghana is not the sole country that played in the slave trade. So that's why I say Africa. But you're
But
correct,
Ghana
brother.
itself, here's the issue though. Ghana itself wasn't a nation at the time of slavery.
So
They
now
didn't exist.
so now you're agreeing with me, which would be Africa. That's why I said Africa, because Ghana didn't exist at the
No,
time.
but the
It would just
point that
be
I
a
was
reason.
gonna make
It
before
would
you
just be a
cut me off the
reason.
first time.
I didn't cut you off anything. I was just trying to. I asked you a question. You dodged it, so I re-asked the question.
No, I was gonna answer the question, but in order to answer the question appropriately, I gotta lay it out.
Okay, go
And
ahead,
what I
brother.
was gonna lay out is a lot of the nations that was perpetuating slavery at the time no longer are in existence. They don't exist anymore.
Brother, so that's why. But you just got on me for saying Africa. So that's what I'm saying. You're arguing with me about being right. At the time of the slave trade, there were no Ghanas, there were no
But you know who
Nigerians.
still exists? Portugal and Great Britain. They still exist.
Okay, but yet and still, brother, from a legal precedence and a legal train, brother, you still have to start at the source. And again,
The source is
hold on, brother. So hold on. And that's what
Great
I'm trying
Britain.
to explain to you. The importance of the Vice President of the United States personally putting, attributing slavery to starting here and accusing them of their part in the slave trade because of some underlying other issue that they won't bow down on. That
But you
really,
don't sue the supply chain. Africa was the supply chain. You
brother.
sue the corporation responsible for it, which
No, you do
was
sue. You
Great
do sue
Britain.
the supply chain. You do sue the supply chain if the supply chain was also the not only the what's the name, they weren't just a supply chain, brother. They were the enslavers. They were the capturers. They captured them off, and if you were of a different
They were,
tribe or whatnot, what
but
have
they
you,
were, but like I said, a lot of them don't exist anymore. So you can't sue something that doesn't exist. But what you
that's not
can
true.
do is sue something that does
So hold on.
exist,
So
which is
slavery,
Great
so,
Britain and
brother,
Portugal.
no, brother. Slavery doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but the byproduct, the wrong perpetuator still exists. And that's what lawsuits are about, right? If I go and I slip at
Exactly.
McDonald's
So
and
now
I have some kind of harm,
So now you're agreeing with me
10 years
again.
later I could go back and sue them for that me slipping at McDonald's. So the in essence the crime of slavery, the byproduct still exists today.
Brother, and again, I agree with you, but you just proved my previous point of, even though those nations, those tribes, those whatever it may be in Africa do not exist anymore, you still have the byproducts of slavery from them. So you would still have
And
to
I'm not up here to disprove your point or to say that you are incorrect. I just came up to make the case for reparations. So I'm not saying that anything you're saying is wrong or I'm just saying in order to do so effectively, this is what needs to happen. Anything
well,
other than that is foolhardy.
okay, well, and you bring up another great point that proves my point. Now you're suggesting that we go, oh, shout out to Silent Sir, man, for the 20 on the Cash App, brother. I greatly appreciate you. You're suggesting, and you're proving my previous point of, the approach to reparations. Well, who pays reparations? How much reparations? Or what are reparations? who gets reparations? It's so many different questions again that were supposed to be being answered over these 30 some odd years of the bill, right? To research slavery, but yet and still we haven't had anything. The Maxine Waters been what in politics for how long now? Somebody let me know how long Maxine Waters been in Congress, right? Can somebody let me know?
Well, to answer
I
that
don't know.
simply, I think it has to be cash payments of $1 trillion at least. That will pretty much, I think the Portuguese, their gold vault will be cleaned out. Same thing with Britain. If we put it at $1 trillion, then anything that they decide to settle out of court with, short of $1 trillion, should suffice. And like I said, we are going to need the Europeans on board. A lot of the slaves who came over from Ireland and Germany and the Slavic people from Russia, they're going to get some payments too. So I think that once they realize that they're also going to get some cash payments, they will be on board. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, brother. Okay. All right, cool. I got you. Let me move on to the Al show. The Al show, brother. I greatly appreciate you being up. Y'all say for real, man. Maxine Waters been in politics for 30 years. That's crazy. That is I got 30 years, man. And Maxine Waters has one of the poorest districts. Maxine Waters told y'all to go get in the faces of these people that don't have the same political ideology of you, and yet and still ain't shit got done on reparations under Maxine Waters watch.
Well, I don't believe that. Well, first of all, hello. How's everyone doing? Well, I used to live in LA. I lived in LA twice, and so I'm aware of Maxine.
Go ahead, Al. You're good.
Okay. She's a congresswoman. Her full title. So I'm aware of the congresswoman and her reputation. When you talk about reparation, I believe that the members of Congress, or at least a member of Congress that has been affiliated with it, there was Ron Dellums, I think. He's no longer around, but I think he did some work early on from Michigan in regards to reparations. But I think the leading figure, I believe, with HR 40 is Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she's because I think she was presiding, or one of the figures presiding over, or involved in the hearings on HR 40.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, again, man.
So,
Go ahead.
No, so I'm curious. So your feeling is with Maxine is that she hasn't done anything on reparations. Am I right about that?
Yeah, not just her. No black politicians. No black Democratic politicians that's been in tenure for 10 plus years or whatnot.
Well, I mean, I'm biracial, but I'm critical of the Congressional Black Caucus. I don't want to go into it because some people might get offended at it, but I'm like, I don't see that the CBC has produced a great deal since it was formed in 1971. I think the 70s, I think, was when it was, that caucus was formed officially in Congress. And so I'm critical of the CBC because even in the case of Obama, from what I understand of Obama, he wanted to have nothing to do with the CBC.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, for what I've read and what I understand, he was like, no, I'm not going to deal with them. I'll deal with other figures, but not CBC. I think what's curious, I don't know what a lot of the members of the CBC feel about reparations, though. Again, the primary figure that I'm aware of is Sheila Jackson Lee because of HR 40. But I really don't know what most members of the CBC feel about reparations.
Okay. Well, again, man, the whole point of it is this, right? One of the points of contentions of the FBA, ADOS, or whatever is reparations, and if you do not agree, there are too many different schools of thought. What I wanted to move it on to next is the diaspora wars, right? If you ain't FBA, if you ain't ADOS or whatever, if you're not American born Black, then you're not Black and you're separate, and we don't want to work with you. Every other group of people, and again, you've had a lot of the immigrants, right, or other people of the diaspora, whether it be from Africa, whether it be from the Caribbean, stating their desire to work with American Blacks, but American Blacks being like, we don't fuck with you niggas, right? Now, in defense, a lot of you foreign niggas do the same thing now. A lot of you foreign motherfuckers get over here, and y'all motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, the Akatas and the Bati boys and all of this, and y'all can get real spicy and disrespectful. All right, y'all can get real spicy and disrespectful. All right, but ultimately, while at the same time, being a nigga to is not convenient to not be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, son, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and B, la la la, and then oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. I'm not Black. No way. No. My parents are from Nigeria. Yes, I'm Nigerian. Yes, that is me. I'm not a Black man. No. See, again, y'all code switch, right? Now, a big piece of part of that is understanding that there's a major difference between the philosophy of Black people and American Blacks and immigrant Blacks, right? The family structure is different, the culture is different, language, of course, all these different things. The importance and focus on education and family, right? Extremely different, right? And it's a part of the existence of those those cultures. So again, we get the niggerlander syndrome, man, at the wrong place and wrong time, because how are you going to create power when, again, obviously these other people and other groups have it figured out? The whole thing about immigrants working harder than Americans, bro, that's across the board. It's not just Black, it's not white, it's Americans, period, bro. Immigrants are out earning Americans, Asians, Arabs, Indians, who am I forgetting? Let me get one more Ruber to come to me. But immigrants are all of them ethnic, okay? Darker skinned people, okay? They out earn Americans. Why? Again, because they don't take for granted of where they came from and the opportunity they have. Your ass done woke up with motherfucking running water, a working toilet, and a microwave your whole life. You ain't never had to go motherfucking chop down no tree and cut down the motherfucking wood and the sticks and use a stick to make a fire, motherfucker. You never had the motherfucking a hippopotamus, goddamn. You ain't never seen a live hippopotamus outside of a zoo, motherfucker. All right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never ate no rat. You know what I'm saying? Willingly. You ain't never willingly ate no rat. And I'm telling you, man, the problem is like we stop it at the door, and you have a lot of gatekeeping going on when it comes to reaching outside of these groups. Even some of the Pan-Africans are the same way. They want to go back to Africa, but they don't want to work with Africans. You know what I'm saying? They put the dashiki on, but when motherfucking Mutombo come around, oh no, we good. So that's what I'm telling you, man. The issue and problem majorly still goes back to the original problem and the basis of it all being about the bread, man. Y'all want some TI if it ain't about the money shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. But we got Wody in the building. Go ahead, Wody, Mac. It's on you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right. Just it's something that Zab said. I don't want to misquote the brother, but I remember he said something about going back to the source for reparations, right? I don't know how he did his whole analogy. And again, I don't want to misquote him because I was sparingly listening to it, right? But the they like everybody, you know, around these places, they like to make the joke if any one of your parents is from another island. My mother is Caribbean. She was born in another place, came here, met my father here, and had me when they got married, so on and so forth. She came for school, right? But as we all know, a lot of the Caribbean islands was also built up on some slavery too. They brought slaves to the Caribbean islands as well.
It was actually the hub for whether you went to North America or South America, which the majority went to South America. But yeah, go ahead.
Cool, right? So, as mind you, right, there's gonna be some Caribbean folks that is here too. And it's just a thought is going to my head. All right, he was he saying go back to the originating country that was doing slavery and ask them for reparations? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying in essence. Yes.
Oh, saying like UK and Great Britain and all that should pay it out.
Yeah, he was saying Portugal and the UK specifically.
But as far as though it goes for Americans that are here, is it his assertion that us here in America should be going to Great Britain and Portugal and all that to get our reparations for them as Americans?
That's what I'm saying. He's saying create a official world court lawsuit, brother, and that's all I'm saying. Wody. It doesn't. The chat the chat said it all. It made no sense. His brother said $1 trillion and start from there. So again, no other country.
As much as because I'm sorry, but as much as it sounds nice, and I just got a strong feeling that we're just gonna keep kicking the can down the road, so to speak, as it comes to that issue, reparations issue, and we're more than likely never gonna see that bread if it ever does come in our lifetime. And the amount that people is asking for is not feasible yet either. But best believe though, if they want to send it out, hey, I don't know if I don't qualify because my parents come from another island, but I would gladly take the check if y'all want to go ahead and send that $1 trillion. I just wanted a little clarification on that one, because that was the thought that came to my mind. Okay, so if you had slavery on a Caribbean island, who do you go to then? And you live here.
Yeah, man. Who knows, dog? It's crazy. But
hold on. Now my problem with the gentleman, with his premise is that not only we have to ask Africa for reparations, we have to ask like the Arabs too. Like the Arabs slave trade, like that shit was brutal.
The Moors, the Arabs and the Moors, yes.
So like
and people from Israel. So yeah, again, man, that's what I'm saying. Like people talk about this stuff, bro, and it is very, very intricate and it's really, really deep. And unfortunately, like you said, man, I think Chief Rocker said it earlier. The issue you're gonna have is at that time, man. It was. I don't know, bro. Like I said, there's just too many arguments to be made, and why do we not? We should have a task force of legislators and congressmen, congresswomen, or politicians and people like that, and people that are legally trained, judges, retired judges, and lawyers or whatnot, what have you, to have this thing figured out, bro. It shouldn't take 30 years for this. And the crazy thing about it is people love to throw, well, they paid this one, they paid that one, they paid this one, they paid that one. Well, you know what they had? They literally had someone actively fucking working on getting them paid. The Oklahoma shit, bro. Those people filed suit and they had all the paperwork there. Hey, we found this fucking treaty that says this, and this. Hey, acknowledge the fucking treaty. You don't have a choice. You see what I'm saying? With us, man, we get we get lulled to sleep with this fucking, this is why I say the racism, white supremacy shit is so what's that? They did us wrong. Okay. The court don't want to hear that. Okay. The people in China, when they gave the shit to China or whatever, bro, and then people don't want like to put shit in proper context. Just like when people were in, bro, the Japan shit, bro, was like some prisoners of war shit. That was like a war crime, low key. Okay. The China shit, well, that was again, you had a whole country speaking for those people because their people were mistreated. That's what people leave out the context, man. And again, I'm not saying that to belittle or to diminish the reparations being due to us, but none of those situations are us. Our shit is really, hands down, homegrown. You're trying to sue the people that had control over you, and this has always been home to you. Now, why have we not formulated the argument from a legal standpoint? And that's what I'm saying. Everybody just say cut the check, cut the check, cut the check. Well, brother, if you really wanted to cut the check, especially from the pro-blacks, man, where's your dedication to your law degree? Where's your dedication to all these different things or whatever? You pro reparation motherfuckers that hop on the internet and yell it and scream it, all this other shit. Brother, put in the work, do what you need to do, learn the motherfucking law, bro, and put pressure on these politicians to get this shit done. It should be no way that we're damn near we're well over 30 years at this point, I think, or close to 30 years. Because I think it was like 88.
Well, I mean, you have had organizations. Well, you have had organizations like in Cobra that have been around maybe 30 years or so that have been working on reparations. So you have had, I think, some groups before the so-called ADOS movement came along. And the ADOS,
Al, this is what I'm saying. It's out of the tone talk. Let me read facts. I see how I see now during my 23 years in the Navy. I don't know about the second and third generation immigrants, but the ones that are fresh off the boat, off the plane, they come here and get it. And listen, he's not lying. Again, bro, I literally seen this of all, but Africans specifically, bro, they do not play in this military shit, bro. They even take this military shit to a whole nother level, bro. They use every opportunity they can to use it for their citizenship, for one, use it to get their American citizenship, make money, most money they ever made in their life. And bro, I actually hear the story of some African dudes, and they cool as shit, right? But Africans, again, man, and they have pride in their they have pride in their lineage. They have pride in their their homeland, all these different things. And you'll see every now and again, man, you'll see a pro-black say, yeah, man, I'm African. And the Africans say, no, you're not. You're not African. And not saying it disrespectfully, but again, man, like it's people still walking around, man, with like scars. You know, they still do some manhood rituals to where, you have to get your face marked, you have to get your body marked for, making it into manhood in some of these tribes and some of these places in Africa. And that's heritage, right?
Like the Maasai have their manhood initiation. You have to go out and I think kill an animal or something or go hunt.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So for you as a black person to just say, come along and say, well, I'm African. Well, no, you're of African descent, brother, but you're not African. And like I said, what happens is if you saw your your traditions, your beliefs, your tribe, your actual living get fucking hustled, bro. And you motherfucker throwing a dashiki and Ankh, and now they, Africa. Brother, have you ever even been to Africa, brother? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking all this African stuff, bro? You don't know nothing about nothing, and you're just doing this to make a bag. Okay, well, I would be a little, I'll be a little apprehensive to working with you because you're already making a mockery of what's real to me, my life. But shout out to NJ Profit. Appreciate you, brother. They would pay reparations in Harriet Tubman 20s. Come on, man. Here y'all go, man. Reparations should have been done after the Civil War. Long as this continues, it's at least like it is. And I agree, man. That's the sad part you got to accept. But we got my man Rebel Zoe in the building. What's up, Zoe? Go ahead, fam.
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Man, I want to say thank you, bro, because you reminded me of something when you said that they've been having this argument since like the 90s. I remember being like a kid, a teenager, whatever, that I'm talking about. And they were black people way more pro-black and together back then. If reparation was going to happen, it would have happened way back in the 90s. Just like the brother just put on the thing, the longer it is, the least likely it's ever going to happen. And like you, and actually, the longer it takes, the more white people that's going to get reparation, because it's going to be more white people that say, my family this, my family that. And then I understand this FBA ADOS, like how they just want to link themselves to like slavery, like just a slave. I would never want to be like, just throw that out there. It's the first thing you know from me or my organization or whatever my group, we slaves. Nah, I'm straight on that, bro.
But so that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying, right? And shout out to the Dane Callaways out here, man. Listen, there are brothers that actually did the work in the thing. Now, I'm not gonna go as far to say that Harriet Tubman don't exist. I'm not going. I stay away from that one, brother. You're going away.
Hey, to be honest with you too, hey, and I do honestly believe that the slaves or the people, descendants of slaves, should have gotten their reparations, but I think they should have got it like way, like around the Civil War.
It would have been much easier. It would have been much easiar to prove. But hold on, yeah, exactly. Dane Calloway, brother. When you say Harriet Tubman don't exist, brother, but that shit there, no can do. All right, bitch, you going too far. No can do. Going too far, brother. You're going a little too far, brother. Oh shit! That's all you got. You got That's good.
My
But
bad.
nah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? It's still in somebody said this, a white man said this. Look, man, your history is just that, his story. The whatever you're told is taught is given to you by the quote unquote the same white man you claim you hate. So why would that white man do anything other than put himself in a godlike Messiah position and tell you your beginning and end began with slavery? Even if you were here and it was well documented that you were here as aboriginals or natives or whatever you want to call it, right? Well, before that, and you had your own established cultures, you had your own established towns, you had your own established all these different things, right? And then not only Dan Calloway, shout out to Top Cats, man. Shout out to legendary Top Cats, man. He does a great job too of explaining it and being able to actually go down his lineage and tell
Yeah,
you.
you do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we actually have brothers that are actually here, man. It's not just people that you don't know about, bro. That
Can
are
I, can I say
historians.
one thing too?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Like,
You got it.
what about the Gullah Wars? Them averages, them slaves over there, they was tearing up shit on the east coast of the United States, man. They wasn't just sitting there taking ass whippings. Them Gullahs was fighting.
Yeah, Geechee Gullah too.
Like,
That's what I'm about.
that's crazy.
And one thing too, my brother, if you heard a lot of the pro-blacks mention that the whites, some pro-blacks mention that the whites should not be in their business to stay out of black affairs, or even just like this little situation that happened a couple of days ago with Miss Pearl, right? But which again, you mentioned it, that these funds and all this decision on who's going to get reparations, for the most part, looks like it's going to have to be white folks cutting the check for you, while you at the same token want them to keep the fuck away from you.
You know when they gonna give black people reparations, it's gonna probably be whenever they come out with that digital thing or whatever. Now you got $5 million on your account. Now we're gonna watch every little penny you spend.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like
the CBDC,
cryptocurrency?
well, that's the thing about it though. They do the CBDC now. Like I say, they gave you your reparations, but hell, you get into the was it Zimbabwe? You get into the Zimbabwe situation where every dollar is fucking 100,000. So yeah, you got your reparations, but what the fuck is it worth? You see what I'm saying?
Well,
and again,
it's an interesting point that was made about ADOS and FBA. I don't know much about FBA, but I will admit I wrote a piece on ADOS like a couple years ago, and I'm a critic of ADOS. And ADOS movement and I don't get along, to be brutally honest.
I think FBA worse than them.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah. Hold
I
on,
don't
wait,
know
wait, wait.
because I've never dealt with FBA. I've dealt with ADOS. They swarm. They swarm my Twitter.
So let's give a lesson. So Al, ADOS was the original American Descendants of Slaves, Tone Talks, and Yvette Carnell, right? Of them trying to. It was a pro-black / reparations initiative, right? These two people came together, and they put the stuff into play. So you'd be able to, get the whole reparations thing on the ball and, pro-blackness and whatnot, what have you. But fundamentally, that was an immediate issue, two immediate issues, which rightfully so, I can understand because Yvette Carnell is, my understanding, she's mixed. And not only is she mixed, she is of alternative lifestyle. Okay. One.
And I think her partner is white.
See, yeah. See, but that right there is another fatal flaw of the pro-black movement. Same thing with Tariq Nasheed. And again, Tariq Nasheed, wonderful family man, no disrespect, no, not doing any of those things or whatever to you, but just pointing out the fact, brother. Again, he chose a woman, that's mixed, a mixed woman. Can you be? Yeah, somebody got to mute up. I'll get feedback.
The small hat mother, don't forget that.
Yeah, huh?
His mother and that her mother's a small hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So again, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, who is that? Let me see. I gotta mute you up. That might be you, MD. Yeah, it's you, Brooks. You gotta mute your background, brother. You got feedback. So yeah. So those things and whatnot, what have you. These people are able to be the leaders of the movement, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. That's a conflict of interest. If you blackity black and blackity black, because I'm black, y'all, brother, you should be, mating and dating black. Okay. And dating, mating, and creating black. Okay. Fully. Okay. But
put that on the t-shirt. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you. So that's what we're saying. That's the ADOS, right? But then so Tariq Nasheed came in the thing, and Tariq Nasheed tried to, do his Tariq Nasheed things to get up in there. And they saw the move, says like, nah, bro, you gotta get up out of here, bro. This our shit. You're not finna co-op our shit. You're not finna pretty much steal our shit and take it to turn anything else. So for legal reasons and whatever, he created his own shit. Is FBA. FBA are the niggas of ADOS. FBA are the motherfuckers on Twitter calling motherfuckers, tether. You know what I'm saying? Your hairline.
Hey, take it out the hairline.
Yeah, your hairline.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't like that nigga, but that's a funny joke.
It's funny, but it's divisive as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's divisive as fuck, man. And like I said, it goes against the thing you're supposed to be about in pro-blackness, because again, if you're going to have this power, right, and you're going to have this footprint, this global footprint, you're going to have to work with Africans. You're going to have to work with Caribbeans, because you need to set up hubs in the rest of the world so where black people can go and then get in these industries and get in these economies and get into these resources and then become control over those things. But lo and behold, what happened? No, you didn't do it. And now it's going to be even harder, because now China has its fucking footholds and it's everything all over Africa. So even if you go there now, you're not even dealing with the Africans anymore. You're dealing with the Africans are the middleman. The motherfuckers that own everything are the Chinese, and you already know how that's finna go with your
look. They you know how America teaches Spanish in high school and stuff. They teaching all the different Mandarin and Chinese languages.
Chinese,
You got African kids speaking Chinese better than they speak their own native tongue.
Now think, right? So let's just say, at some point in time, China, the way China is moving, China's gonna have, not saying China's gonna have any type of crazy takeover, anything, but China's influence on the global economy and just global everything. Now think of the advantage, how much further now, and this is why I say it's really, really important. Pro-blacks, hear me out, man. And y'all, I'm not your enemy, dog. I peoples, I'm not your enemy. Okay, but seriously, think, bro. If all we know is English, and most black people aren't multilingual, you got to think not just Africans, but Africans included, bro. Africans know minimum 2, possibly more languages, right? And they whatever they have, a tribal language, then it's based in French or whatever. So they know French, and then they learn English, right? So you already have an advantage there, right? But now, like you said, now that they had the Chinese moving in there, they're learning Mandarin and Cantonese and all these different things, and now you have to compete with them furthermore when they come over here. And who has the highest pay in the country? Asians. So you already see the impact that Asians have in this country.
Hey, let me tell you, those leftover women in China and stuff like that they're talking about? I see, bro, them women, they going to Africa. I've seen Chinese women with Africans, bro. They like intermarrying with each other, bro. It's not just no business thing. They are getting blood related in this.
And hold on, and Zoe. So what does this do, Zoe? This is repeated history from John Henry Clark.
You can't separate them. Then it makes it harder for you to separate.
Yeah,
you can't
separate them. Not just make it hard to separate. Hold on, Pastor. I'm gonna get you in, Pastor Doc. But not just that, but now it goes back to, let's say, John Henry Clark's book telling you how, the Africans were praising the Arabs and the Asians, and that's how they lost fucking control of fucking what do they call it at the time? Help me out. Egypt. No, not Egypt. Memphis. Okay, yeah, Memphis, right? Yeah, Memphis. It's called Memphis. So that's how they lost. That's how the Africans originally lost control of Africa, because they saw the beauty and they saw more importance of the fucking Arabs and the Asians and intermarrying and everything. So now literally you have that going over again. And like you said, China got a billions of people, bro. Billions.
Yeah.
So imagine,
look, take this out too. All those men over there in China that's whatever, they going over there and working in the mines or becoming supervisors in the mines over there in Africa and marrying them African chicks. It ain't gonna be it ain't no shortage of women for no Chinese man. It ain't gonna be no shortage of men for no Chinese woman, because they got Africa.
And again, man, shout out to my brother, bro. Ain't nobody thirstier than African niggas, man. African niggas, the thirst, undefeated, nigga. Undefeated. But shout out to my man Jamar 81 for the 10. Mr. Fantastic, I appreciate you standing with the pro-black delusions that's been unearthed by the Pearly story. Brother, I greatly appreciate your support, brother. It's been a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? But I know a change gonna come. And here we go. One of my favorite Africans right here. Shout out to my man, Fasting His Life. My brother, watch these. Watch these. If you stick your banana inside Becky, does it become a cocoon? Ha ha ha. Shout out to Fast as Life, man. We got my man Pastor Don in the building, brother. Go right ahead, brother. I appreciate you coming up. Go right ahead.
Yeah, man. I'm not necessarily pro-black, but I'm definitely not for this whole we all the same black people. FBA, you know what I'm saying, Black American nationalists. We got too many immigrants around here right now faking like they real black people. Half the manosphere full of damn immigrants. They ain't Americans. We got all these immigrants around here trying to tell us how to be, and then trying to compete with us, act like they our friends. These immigrants are not our friends. They came over here on a Michelin tire and bamboo sticks. They are not our friends. They wear sandals all the time. They got hard feet, hot feet. So I'm not trying to get along with no damn immigrant. I'm not trying to get along with the immigrants. We are fundamentally Black Americans, Black American nationalists. I'm not trying to be their friend like that. They not trying to be our friend like that.
Pastor, I'm half offended. I'm half offended. I'm half offended. As a son of an immigrant mother, I am half offended.
Pastor Dollar, brother. Did you have anything else for us, brother?
That was my intro for these immigrants.
Okay, brother. I greatly appreciate it, brother. Oh man, let's go to Hood Served, man. Brooks was up here earlier. Well, MD Brooks, you get to say something? You said something, right? Already, you just came back, correct?
No, I ain't say nothing yet.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, MD Brooks, brother. You got it, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I wanted to say about when it comes to the distinguishing black people from, I guess, the immigrant black people, it's the census. Because I put it in the super chat earlier, but it's the census. If you look back in the 1800s, the black people then that you would determine who are the descendants of slaves back in the 1800s when they were doing the census. That's all I had to say.
Well, and brother, I'm glad. Thank you for the input, brother. And I thank you even more for your super chat, brother, for your hard-earned dollars. But and you know what though, I like this. But this is what we do, right? Because it's not just the census. Because when you go back to Dan Calloway and different like this, Dan Calloway actually goes to the ledgers and the local it's not called rosters, but pretty much like the local account of these cities and these states or whatever, the people that were there. So it's even deeper than that. So it's not just the census, but it's really your point brings up an even deeper point to like this is not going to be an easy process, man. It's not going to be an easy process.
I agree, but a lot of black immigrants that start coming over to maybe like the 60s after civil rights was passed. So you had a lot of Caribbeans and Haitians coming down south and stuff like that, and like the Jamaicans and stuff going up to New York.
Hold on, just real quick, brother. Listen. Can I get a full immigrant up here? Somebody, please. I listen, man. Y'all niggas throwing too much heat. And no disrespect, Wody. No disrespect, but can I get a full immigrant up here, man? Because y'all niggas is starting. Y'all heating up. And again, it's the roast.
Hey, my mom and my daddy from Haiti, but I was born in the United States, so.
See, y'all, you niggas got a roasting spirit. That's what's wrong. Niggas always want to get on somebody's head. Want to talk about hairlines. You want to talk about feet. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all go too far. But
look, what these like? I'm gonna say some of these people. I guess Americans don't understand that the foreigners that you see here, they like the second, third generation V. So the same shit that y'all own, we own that. You know what I'm saying? We learned from the best, y'all. You feel me? Anything that y'all own, we own that. Jiving, whatever you want to do,
exactly.
Jive, fight, whatever, we own that.
You can't blame you. Again, who taught you? Niggas.
Y'all taught us very well. We learned
real niggas. Y'all taught them. See, Silence, eat it in the chat. Look at this. Look. See, look, I can't even trust y'all in the chat. Jesus. But we got Hood Served in the building. Hood Served, what's up with you, brother? Go right ahead.
Hey, what up, everybody? I'm not sure where the conversation is now, but I was just kind of thinking about the whole topic about pro-blacks, and I make theories and observations every now and then, and I'm probably not the first person to put these two things together, but I think pro-blackness is basically like a new age American religion. You know how like white girls be burning crystals and praying to some obscure god that nobody ever heard of? I think pro-blackness is a version of that for black people, not limited to black people, but for mostly black people. It's become a religious point. Like slavery was like the original sin, and reparations is our salvation. Like this whole concept of pro-blackness, when you start to break down the elements and do like compare and contrast, the only thing you really could compare it to is like a version of religion. This is a religious quest that people are on at this point.
And Hood, that's exactly what I said. It's the mythos, and it's literally something that's embedded. And unfortunately, at the childhood stages, that everything that goes wrong with you, blame the white man. You know what I'm saying? That's a defeatist mindset, man. And like you said, that's why I said it's really no point in even. You see now, bro, I opened it up, honest and whatever. Shout out to the one brother that came up, Afri Diaspora News that came up, brother. I greatly appreciate you coming up and and actually giving some type of pushback or whatever. But bro, these people, Hood, because they don't have any actual substance, they don't have any thing to back or support their things other than their ideology and their emotions, their emotionality. They can't have a debate, they can't have a discussion, they can't do any of these things, because all they know is, the white man, and if something is wrong, the white man, and if I can't figure it out, the white man. And if and when I finally do get it there or whatever from the white man, which is more likely it's gonna be, who I'm still gonna blame, the white man. So that's what I'm saying, bro. You literally have it right now. It's a stream going on over there to where it's a whole bunch of black women hating on a white woman that has nothing to do with them. It's not thinking anything about them, but everybody's there to fucking boost it up or whatever because you got the Miss Ann syndrome. Black women specifically get afraid and get jealous and get scared no matter what you can talk all the shit about Pearl not looking good, bro. Nobody wants Pearl for her looks, bro. And I hate when you niggas do that. Oh, you niggas, y'all want to fuck the white bitch. Y'all want some white pussy. Bruh,
man, I'm glad you just said that. Cause what's that straw man? That was
that's not even a straw man, brother. That's borderline LGBT. Okay.
That was
again,
crazy.
I see and Pearl, no disrespect. Again, Pearl has the body of a male athlete. Okay.
She's a very homely or whatever.
Yes, and yeah, so yeah, brother. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. But we got my man David Johnson in the building. What's up, David? A1 Day 1 in the building, brother. Appreciate you.
Salute. Fantastic. Salute to everybody on the panel. How
What's
y'all
up,
feeling?
everybody?
Dude,
what up?
All right. Fantastic. You my brother. I love you. I would like to provide not necessarily.
Brother,
Not
come on
necess-
with it. You ain't gotta give no preamble.
No,
brother.
not for you. No, if I may, not know me and you. I still have to do it for the others who may not, because some other people may not listen. I got it. I've already thought it out. You know how I do. What I want to say is this. First, I don't want to. This is a great conversation, and I hate that a lot of times in this conversation, it always comes down to us being childish, juvenile, because we disagree, which is what another part we've been taught to be, and we practice in black culture. And we disagree, act like juveniles. I'd like to have a real. This is why I'm not going to attack anybody. I'm not going to do any insults. And for anybody who may not know, I know all you brothers who a lot of y'all on here know. Everybody know I'm the biggest troll here. I can act a goddamn fool. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I am going to be passionate. But I like to really have the conversation, just looking at it from a logical, historical, biblical, economical, political point of view of the conversation. Because I think a lot of times that's what's lost in these conversations. Because believe it or not, conversation is beyond just whites. For me, what I'd like to have the conversation is not the white man. The white man don't run shit. Most of everything that we think the white man paying for, we pay for as taxpayers. So I'm not having a white man conversation. I do want to have a tribalism conversation, because what I do notice is I'm not dealing with anything of my feelings, and I would ask that all the brothers here remove all your feelings. That's another thing we do. We bring emotion, because some of us fear. Some of us do use the racism thing as a crutch, and then some of us disregard it because we don't want to recognize how diabolical or how that this world really does practice tribalism. So I'm going to attempt to have a tribalism conversation. Please, for the dummies, please everybody remind the dummies, this isn't a white man conversation. This is a tribalism conversation. And first, what I like to start off with is I like somebody to show me a point in time. And I wrote some points down, so forgive me. Y'all know I usually do off the head, but it was so much I just wrote points down. And I may be a little scatterbrained with it. I've been drinking a little bit, but bear with me. Show me a time in history where tribalism wasn't practiced. I'm gonna pose a few questions. Then if y'all want to answer, we'll jump in. I just like to be able to, since I'm giving a little pushback, I like to kind of respond to each point rather than all y'all just dogpile me. Let me respond to each point. Show me a time in history that tribalism wasn't practiced. First, let me say
Are
I
we
am not.
saying that in defense of tribalism, though? Just to be clear, are we defending the concept of tribalism when you say that?
Well, when I say
I
that,
am.
I am as well. But
I am
let me
too.
say, let me say this in the context of, even though I'm
Well,
defending it.
then racism is basic human nature, so we can't complain about it.
Right. Well, let me explain. If I may. Cool. Because I agree to an extent. See, like, I believe in racism. And what I've noticed is the rest of the world believes in tribalism, race, whatever, tomato, whichever word you want to use. The only thing I've noticed is we've been tricked into believing it's wrong. And I know why we're tricked. This is how they're able to manipulate us. When I look around, this is not emotion. I'm looking around. Shout out, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, Observable Reality. When I look around through history, I can't find a time when we were all buddies. I'm not knocking the fact that we work at jobs together. We can interact. I'm not knocking the fact we go into concerts together. We run into each other at the mall. We come together on the internet. I'm not knocking that. But for most part, each person deals with their own kind. And for me personally, I'm not angry at white folks or any immigrant or any other race wanting to see their race on top. I kind of would be looking at them sideways if they didn't want to see their race on top. Now, that doesn't mean I don't agree with the low-down practices, but I'm talking about, I respect the fact that at the end of the day that they care about their people. I want us to have that type of pride. I do want to hire all my people. And if we could just have everybody fair, and I'm gonna give me like 2 more minutes, guys, because it's so much. Let me get it off now. Let y'all, we can attack it. Even if we could just have everybody from every race, fair every day, we could just somehow measure that they would all be fair. I would quite naturally want to pick the people of my race, even though we're all equally fair or we're equal, because that's what I'm here. I'm here to talk about equality, not necessarily fairness, just being equal. But I would want my people because I like me. Now, let me say this. They tell us to forget history. That was in the past. Meanwhile, history teaches you the future. This is why they preserve history. They put it in artifacts. You can go to jail for trying to steal it. You can get it. History is natural. It's how we keep from, as they say, those who don't remember history are doomed to repeat it. They tell us to forget history, but now the people that, meanwhile, we don't get reparations, but there's a group of people, we pay a lot of people. There's a group of people in a certain land that we pay $150 billion up to date to 2022. And for those who may be slow, 150 billion, a billion is a million 1,000 times. We've given one group of people 1,000,000 1,000 times, 1,000 million 150 times. And their motto is never forget, never again. Now, it's just strange to me that I'm told that's the past, let it go. Their motto, never forget, never again. Now, what's strange to me, we pay them. We had nothing to do with their atrocity directly in any shape, form, or fashion. And I'm not even getting to the other people who pay them. Yet we can't get paid. But meanwhile, the crack era was just, couldn't have been, even if it's over now, it wasn't even over just 20 years ago, which again, we're not going to get into, you didn't have to sell it. We got that. The point is, it's illegal to bring drugs into this country, or so they say. Yet somehow magically, and we all know the story because there is no magic here, we know that the government was bringing the drugs in. They admitted to it. So yet none of them went to jail, and then they didn't even take the money from the community they destroyed and put it back to build the community. They took it and funded war. So not only did it benefit this country, it actually benefited other countries. Now, one more thing, and I'll give it up because I got a lot more, but I know it's a lot to unpack. On top of slavery, on top of them owing it because it's old. Like, this country enforces other people getting paid. Again, I just said we're paying some people we had nothing to do with. They enforce that. They can enforce this money. And again, a lot of this money we pay back, I wouldn't say would have to be just some money. I'd say money, land, policies, because we're going to need some rules and some laws to help us keep this shit, because we know they're going to take it back, and they're going to take it back anyway. That's how it goes. But the whole point is politics is being able to hold on to what you can for you and yours as long as you can. And I'm going to wrap it up right here. So not only do they owe us for, like I just said, with just the fact that it's old, the generational wealth was stolen, the atrocities. Now, how do you pay the people we had nothing to do with their atrocities? We pay them. Yet this very place we had the atrocities happen to us, we can't get anything. And I'm gonna end right here on my Edward Anderson shit. I'm gonna end right here.
You're gonna wrap it up 3 times already.
Yeah, right. Hold on, but listen. So no, you forget, goddamn it. Wait. So wait, what I'm saying is, the atrocities. And my point is, like I just said, we're paying them, and we had nothing to do with their atrocities. We're here. The crack was just, like I said, no longer than 20 years ago. and we don't get a dime. And like I said, we could pay this ourselves. We do pay this. And this is what you said. I remember. Fantastic. You even said the immigrants come over here and they think they work hard. And that was strange to me about the immigrants. If you work so hard, why the fuck are you coming here? Build up your little shitty ass land.
Exactly.
If y'all so good at what the fuck you do, build your shit up. Why do you need to come here where it's already built up? I know why you need to come here where it's already built up, because that's cap. And when they come over and go, my people, we are not my people, that is tribalism. They're already showing the separation. They're my people, we do. Immigrants.
You know, this is a great example of what really happens with the so-called pro-black vision. And I'm not really trying to call you a pro-black. I'm not sure where you stand. But you definitely mentioned some things about, you definitely mentioned some things that align with it. So I'm just going to run with that. Okay. And you just loaded so much crap on my buffet plate that I can never eat all this shit properly.
Check and mate.
Well, hold on. Let me read.
Immigrants who
Hold
just
on,
learned English to go through all that shit you just said.
Yeah, Zo, yeah. Zo, I got
out of here.
Hold on, let me read the super chats, man. I greatly appreciate you guys. Put some respect on my trolling David Johnson. I got FD signifier today. Coons are greater than lions. Shout out to SKC. Shout out to my man Roscoe in the building, man. A1 Day 1 in the building, man. David Johnson. Why did you say check and mate when BGS said that Jess Pearly would need to speak to politicians on behalf of black men? Is that tribal?
Can I respond to that real quick? I'll give you the brief version. Because understand, Roscoe, one thing about politics requires diplomacy. That's something else most of you niggas don't know. Diplomacy doesn't mean you're a friend to the person. Diplomacy means I will use whatever the fuck I got to use to get me and mine there. I will lie, I will scratch, I will cheat, I will lay down, I will do whatever it takes to get mine there. That's politics. Check and mate. Roscoe.
So that means you can't be mad at white people then, right?
I'm not mad. I just said I just told you I agree with racism. I say we're the only ones not to do it. I agree with it.
Yeah. Shout out to Pablo Frescobar for the 5, man. What if your tribe is dysfunctional and a dying loser? Looser, but you mean
cut
loser.
Cut that part off. Cut that part off and keep the good part. Check and mate on that, Pablo. I'm fucking y'all up. Go ahead.
Yeah, great. And let me get the brother CD Till in here, brother. I appreciate your patience, Brent fam. Go right ahead, brother. It's on you. Unmute. You unmuted, then you remuted yourself. Unmute. Let me see if I can help you out, bro. There you go. You good. Go ahead, brother. There you go.
All right,
man.
man.
Go ahead.
All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you letting me come up here and say my piece, man. I want to agree with the lion guy. I'm a Leo myself, man.
That's right.
I just salute Leo, man. But I just want to add, man, 2 things. One, not only did they owe us for everything that you said, but then when we tried to do our own thing, we built up Black Wall Streets all over this nation. You know what I'm saying? Rosewood, St. Louis under the arch before the arch was built, East St. Louis, Tulsa, Wilmington, North Carolina, everywhere, all over this country. They burned them down. We was pulling ourselves up.
That, brother, and I was gonna mention that. I got it on my list. I just didn't want to hold it. You goddamn right.
No.
And not to mention all the movements we started, Malcolm, everything we tried.
Exactly.
Everything we tried, they was trying to throw it some shape, form, or fashion. Go ahead, my bad.
Exactly. No, that's real, man. That's real. And one other thing, because I agree with you on as far as the tribalism and racism. I don't understand why everybody else is pro them, but we have a problem with being pro us.
Right.
I mean, it starts with the immigrants. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up. I was listening to Jessica X last night, and I'm a big supporter. I just followed you, brother, Mr. Fantastic. I follow her. I follow Jason Black. I would be what you call pro-black. I don't see a problem with it. One of the guys that was talking on Jessica X yesterday mentioned a good point about how they do have their every race has their I want to say probably less than 75% that don't agree 100% with the 75%, the 25% that don't agree with the 75%.
Right. Exceptions.
And I want to use the exceptions, right? And I want to mention something what Professor Black Truth says. You know what? And I agree wholeheartedly with this. If the foundational Black Americans had, let's say, foundational Black Americans to start, because we already know that the rest of the Blacks in the diaspora are mostly tribal amongst themselves. But if the foundational Black Americans by ourselves had our own version of the Jewish Messiah, those 25% that speak out against pro-blackness, they wouldn't exist. And you understand why the Jewish—
You want me dead, my nigga?
So
my
powerful.
nigga, you want to
Listen,
kill me? Why you want to kill me, my nigga?
Hold on. Hold on.
Y'all ain't shit.
Brother, did you just brother? Did brother? I'm hearing Uncle Charles, brother. What's going on?
Hey, that's funny. My name Charles.
I gotta die now.
That nigga
That's
put
bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we try to make y'all all the monolith.
That nigga, you put an Ethiopian outfit on. We
Listen.
don't want no more
If you
immigrant
black,
niggas.
you
You
can't
put an
say nothing.
Listen. Y'all misunderstanding what I'm saying. Do you understand with that the power that comes with the Jewish? Do you understand that we don't have that power because we don't. We let the 25%, split up the rest of us and speak out front.
Man, here we
which
go, y'all.
adds to the
y'all lit. Okay.
Y'all. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know the power of the Messiah? Do you understand it? Do you understand why they do it?
So hold on, brother. Wait, brother. We gotta be careful because we on YouTube. So be careful.
No, I'm not saying that we have to kill each other. I'm not trying to.
No. He's just saying because look, that alone, we can't even say anything about them. That's more proof.
I understand it. But yeah. You can say Jewish, bro. It's not a problem saying Jewish. I'm not worried.
Yeah. I'm not saying a negative about them, but I'm saying we need to.
Yeah. But listen, what you're saying.
We need to learn from that as a whole. The dissenters don't need to be public. Because
cool.
that divide and conquer
I agree, hold on, brother, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay, I'm glad we moved away from Uncle Charles, brother. I thought you was talking about motherfucking getting motherfuckers up out of here, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, I was a little worried.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm sure the Jews have dissenters, but those that are completely
camera, brother, 'cause I was...
No, hear me out.
To make sure you weren't about to,
No, I was gonna say the people who are dissenters. Oh, I'm all about that. They
No, man, we can't do that on YouTube.
He saw the pistol. Ain't no matter. He's good. He can't really.
Hey, yeah, come on, brother. Hey, let me say this, bro, right fast, bro. Let's do this.
I'm a vet. I'm just all about the right to bear arms. That's all.
Oh, me too. I'm in Florida, so we just got.
But we don't want to get
Arizona.
We don't want to get my brother's stream hit. Let's come on.
No. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, you're right. Respect, much respect. No, but no. What I'm saying is the people that dissent against them, that are like, yo, just trying to, like, I believe some people have passion against like pro-black and FBA, that they probably would do something physical. So if you had those type, amongst the Jews, Mossad would take them out.
Man, if
they
a
don't
civil
exist.
war were to pop out in this country, we would have to fight them other black immigrants before we'd have to. I'm trying to take them damn
Unfortunately, you're right, man.
boards. We're trying to take all our shit.
Proper pause.
You can't trust
Yeah.
You can't trust them.
Worried about New America. They just trying to go to work, man.
Hold on, yeah, man. Hold on, man. Listen. This is not. I gotta have to make official statement. This is not an anti-immigrant channel. Again,
I'm not trying to be anti-immigrant, man. I'm pro-black all the way around. The whole diaspora.
No problem, Paul.
But the problem is,
ain't trying to have no problem with no America. He's just trying to go to work.
Brother Pastor, I don't know if Brother Pastor, he went to the Jamaican spot and they ran out of jerk chicken. He didn't get no roll off rice. I don't know what.
You gotta have my jerk chicken.
Pastor has an issue, brother. Pastor, no love for the immigrants, brother. That's your brother, man.
My stewed chicken.
Nah, them immigrants ain't my brother though. They not really our brothers, yo. They will steal and kill and take everything.
No, I agree with that.
They not our brother, yo. They not. No, they not.
Listen, your actual brother will do it to your brother before they can now. So come on now. We got from a mathematical standpoint.
Well, at least that's my blood. I can
look.
But the thing is
coming over here, running in America, running wild, trying to knock niggas over the head for their stuff, bro.
Yeah, ain't nobody
They
they
ain't
got that type of time, man. They don't want that. Especially if they fucking East African.
Look, let me tell you, especially the ones from especially if they black. I'm telling you, it's some Haitians that come here, bro, that I was seen when I was a kid, whatever, that done went through some shit, but they didn't do nothing because they were scared if they do something, immigration is gonna be the first thing they get called. Like it's some shit that Haitian people done actually been through, them been hit on and all this other stuff like that from Americans, whites or whatever like that, but they didn't do nothing because they were scared of going back.
That's not true. I feel like immigrants commit the majority of the crimes in America. If you want to be real about it, they say Asians don't commit crimes. That's a lie. Asians bringing all the fentanyl up in here. They say you Africans ain't committing crimes. Africans committing a lot of damn crimes.
Bro, you don't even believe that what you just said, bro. You don't even believe that shit.
Yeah, but hold on. But listen, yeah, brother. They don't make
Hey,
up enough.
I'm in this. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
They don't
I
make
was
up
gonna say I'm in
enough for the
Arizona.
percentage, brother. They don't make up enough for the percentage, brother, to have many other crimes. But brother, pastor, brother, we're gonna get you a nice Asian. Where's your closest Asian massage parlor, brother?
Oh yeah, you need to hear about that.
Talking trash about these damn immigrants, man.
Hey, you know what? He probably lost an old lady to an immigrant or something. That's because he a little bit too passionate, bro. He must have did no proper Paul or did proper Pierre take over or something, bro? Let us know, man.
Yeah, man. God damn, get you go find you to go to the club and have them turn some Jamaican music on and get some Trinidadian chick to grind on you.
Nah, y'all want me to mix my African American culture with them other blacks? I'm not doing it.
Brother, brother, you just gotta be open, brother. We gotta
but hear me out. I believe if FBA got on one accord, like for real, FBA ODS, I mean FBA DOS, if we all got on one accord, like what they were talking about with the side, get everybody on accord, learn to hold people accountable within us that want to, be openly dissenting. So other people can help turn us against each other.
Well,
I think that if we got on one accord, I think all of the black immigrants in the diaspora would follow suit.
Well, no, but what? I don't even think it's necessarily one accord as much as it is, brother. Like you said, just the lack of conflict. It's like I don't know what's the tension and the conflict is. Like I said, I spoke to the same thing some of the pastors talk about, and brothers, I know this, bro. Again, I've seen the situation where. But they are them first. David Johnson gave the best case, bro. At the end of the day, even within skin color,
they all them first. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro, I'm motherfucking. Hey, motherfucker, tell me from Georgia, boy. Hey, bro, where you from? All right. You know what I'm saying? So that's even within of my blackness. That's another. That's another tribe. So that's David, man. It's true. But we take it for granted, and we don't even think about how how we are because you naturally just do it. So you know what I'm saying? It's like breathing. So people don't even understand that, like the much deeper layers to it, man. Shout out to David for pointing it out that we
that's right. Salute.
Without ever acknowledging it. So but that's why I say we got to get out of the here we go. Thank you. Thank you, fasting. Thank God, man. I got it. One representative. Can I
What's going on, fellas?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let you loose in a minute, Pastor. I'm gonna let you loose in a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on real quick. So
I'm here.
Man. Okay. So that's what we're saying, man, about the whole process or whatever, bro. The tribalism is a thing, is real, and we do need to come together. But like I said, even once we come together, then it's the working the in and outs of the most important things that niggas hate. Okay, there's gonna have to be some type of rank structure.
Facts. Okay? Hierarchy is always necessary. Yes. Ain't no getting around it.
Yes, without a doubt. There's gonna have to
be. We should be on top. We should be the best blacks. African Americans are the number one blacks.
See this nigga here, brother. It'd be more like a council, brother, to where we have like a representative from everybody, like a round table.
The UN. It's called the UN.
Right. Yeah, brother. So we of the diaspora, we'd have like individuals, but even still within that situation, most importantly, men would be the leaders. And that's what we need to fix within ourselves before we can reach out to everybody else, because every other part of the diaspora understands that. Now, mind you, they do have a little unfair advantage because they can whoop on not saying I support it, but let's just say all of that submissiveness from the other peoples of melanin is not willing, okay? It's not always willing.
It'll never happen. You ain't never get no submission from no foreigners, whatever y'all think.
That what you shit mean? Hell, the fuck out of here. The women, they naturally fucking that's
my bad. I didn't hear that part. My bad. I thought you
the women. Oh yeah, no, the niggas
to come in. Then okay, my bad.
And but Zoe, you pointed out the most important. As soon as somebody say a kata or some shit, that was like now we fighting.
Right.
Everybody fighting.
Hold on, let me ask you this right here.
Exactly.
Have y'all actually been called a kata before? Because I've never heard an African person. I mean, granted, I've only been around them when I was in California because I like living next door. But
That word I got is from Nigeria.
Hold on, look. I remember one time it was some Crips that I was cool with next door, and I'm talking about they pissed this African and all. They woke this African up. This man had bloodshot eyes and all that. The man, like, he was cussing or whatever, but the man, I ain't never heard the word Akata.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's a new word. Yeah.
It's a new word. He said it's a new word. It's made up
It's a
just
new
for you
word.
niggas. He says
I heard that back in the
Basically,
90s.
what I heard from Nigerian is this because of diaspora. Because if you think about it, of all the African nations, Nigerians are known everywhere, right? They're the most, like, the country with the most diasporans out of the nation within Africa. Meaning, if you pick any African country within Africa, Nigerians have like they have millions of Nigerians all over the world. So the way the Nigerians spread is saying that term Akata is the way it's used. It's kind of like, how should I put it? It's like the Greek word diaspora. Kind of like, oh yeah, those who went over there, like those who went out, right? So it's like I know people say, oh, you come here, Akata. It's like saying, oh, you foreign, like you're not homegrown, like you were born out there, kind of like that, right? Because I know different nations that they have like this. So because people don't understand what that means, yeah, that's how they explain it to me. It's like it's not a derogatory word like the N word. It's just saying like, oh, you one of them. Like it's like here in America, right? What do they call the white guy who sound white? What do they call him? That you quote unquote you were not born in the hood. You were born over there. You on the other side of the fence. Even though they're black like you, right? Their parents were probably born in the ghetto, but because their parents wanted to have a quote unquote better life, because they're not in a crab. Well, if you want to look at it like that, because you're the barrel, you're coming in. Oh, you out there, right? So I hope I was giving a little clarification.
You know, you did not at all. You sounded just like an immigrant.
I was gonna say my first time hearing it was in that movie in the mid '90s with Wesley Snipes called Sugar Hill. Said it was
Sugar
Black
Hill,
American.
Yep.
Black American.
And keyword movie. Keyword movie. So going back
Exactly.
to so it tells them don't rely on just like Hollywood, right? Yeah, let me add this, right? Back in the 90s, right? Because I grew up. What
you need us?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. You going in and out. You borging a little bit. Let me read this. And this question is.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, this question is from a certified white man, by the way. Okay, would you accept reparations if it meant going back?
Nope.
So that's because that's what we're fundamentally talking about. He has this out of Africa thing where all black people are from Africa. We were fundamentally here before his immigrant ass. He's an immigrant as well.
Right. And let me say this.
That's true.
Just for the sake of conversation, nobody may care about this. And some you may want to look up. One of them, they said that I'm just gonna say this, believe it or not, they said that they found out about these lands through the Bible. And they said when Christopher Columbus came, he brought one of the guys spoke Hebrew, and they said that there were Hebrew markings on it. And again, hey, I wasn't here. This is just secondhand information, so it's kind of hard to refute secondhand information with other secondhand information. So I'm just throwing something else out there y'all may not have heard.
Okay.
But all of them seem to think that we are from Africa and we're not.
Right, and here's my thing. No, here's my thing. The reason I wouldn't leave because that's a ripoff. You gonna get, my bad.
Yeah, that's me. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was me. Is it me or you? Fantastic. Hello.
No, that was me. I for whatever reason, something happened. Am I good now? No.
Yeah, well, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. We can hear you.
All right, cool. Instead of focusing on slavery, we need to focus down on Jim Crow era discrimination, much more tangible proof of wrongdoing. Yeah, and that's a good point too, man. But even if you start from there, now you know what I'm saying, that's much later in the thing, and now you open a pool of money up to a whole bunch of other people, and it just makes it even more difficult to narrow it down to like who gets it or who doesn't or whatever. Ultimately, man, See, Jessica, see y'all, see, but maybe it's an American thing. Maybe it's something they say to Americans. And I did hear a term from a person that they really do use. I ain't gonna say it. All right. I was told I have a insider of something that they really say for real, other than the kata. Like I said, the kata shit, like Brother CD said, was attributed to the scene in Sugar Hill, right? When they was trying to get that good dope from the African dudes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
another thing I heard too, like Africa, like for most parts, they use it now because it's popular. Most people from that continent didn't even use the term African. They call each other by their tribe, back to tribalism, which confirms that they call each other by their tribes. Americans started using Africans. They're not all the same people either.
No, they don't call themselves African.
Yeah, man. And like I said,
and Pan-Africans, like Pan-Africanism movement, that they started using the word African.
Pan-Africanism is a way for us to give our birthrights to this country away. We were born here. I don't know what that guy in the past was saying. If we give y'all reparations, that mean go back.
That's why I said no. That's why I said
that mean. Like we were here before you.
Right,
we were
right.
here before you. You're an immigrant. You're an immigrant. When you pay us reparations, then go back.
Hey, is that pasta? Pasta. I'm getting coming to me. You don't deserve it. You don't. You haven't worked hard enough. Shout out to Pearl. I'm getting yours, man. I'm getting yours.
And you Africans have worked harder.
You're a curly bastard. You're a curly.
You know what you say? I need my African to go to America. Yeah, I'm one of Curly's Africans, and I'm getting Paso's money. Paso, I'm coming for yours.
Y'all are trying to scam our reparations check. See, the Africans are going to try to scam our reparations check. They're going to try
to. Hey. So I'm very smart, right? Because to scam, you have to trick. And to trick, you have to be clever. You're giving me too much credit, Papa.
You stupid.
Con means you have confidence.
I know you love Pearly. You want Pasta wants the massa's, box, right? Because massa's. So yeah.
No, and let me say this too, and again for our people with politics, like. Y'all got to start leaving y'all guys out of politics. Politics has nothing to do with how you feel. And I don't jam us up because for the last at least 405 years, 400 since the dark ages when we ruled, we haven't been in the politics. I know y'all have no clue, but I need y'all to recognize politics has nothing to do with how you feel. It damn near has nothing to do what's right. Like another thing, like with law, the law really doesn't have shit to do with what's right necessarily. Believe it or not, Denzel told the white boy right in the movie, it's what you can prove. Can you? If you can make it look like you didn't do it and you did it, you gonna get off. If you didn't do it and you can't prove that, you gonna get time. So it's what you can prove. So again, it has nothing. Politics has nothing to do with your feelings. So you, like I said, what's that saying? Politics makes strange bedfellows. Now again, where I always have a problem with us is just because we're doing business, you don't have to be like those people. You don't have to try to go to their cookouts and do like them and become them. Do the business we need to do with them. Let them go back and do the little weird shit they do in their communities, and we come back and do what we do. And again, I'm never talking to the counterproductive people of our group, because if you look at even whites shun their people who out on the streets. They get out of it. They send them over here to the black neighborhoods.
So David.
Yeah.
So David, let's stick right there. So
Okay.
David, how do we get to the point of where black people first, not even including, immigrants and Africans.
Somebody got to mute up.
Oh,
it ain't you. Somebody got feedback. Somebody got to mute up.
Yeah. Mute up if you're not talking. So how do we get to that point of where those same leaders we were talking about, the men, right, and set the standard, hold the standard, and then sort of kind of like what CD was saying, not from a perspective of just speaking against, but those that don't meet the standard,
ostracise them. They out.
Ostracize them and put them to the side
Okay, my bad.
Just until they come up to par, not completely totally throw them away.
Right.
Be like, hey, look, you can't be a part of this. You can't partake in whatever it is we gain from this, reparations, property, all these different things. You like being signed out of the will or out of the trust, right? You don't do what you're supposed to do, so you don't get the benefit from the group, right?
Right.
How do we get to that point of where we are to where, hey, look, hey, bro, whatever you're doing right now, we can't rock with it, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. You got to sit over here until you get right. Then we'll bring you back in and you prove your worth to the group and that you really care about this and you want to do something, you know, everything will be good. How do we get to that point?
Well, I would say first, let me say this.
I'll go to you next, CD Trill.
Okay, we do have to have the point where and I love seeing they always say you so cold. You was even willing to let them come back. I gotta go into reach into my inner MOT. Some of these niggas must go. And again, this ain't just me. God himself said, if it's 9 niggas, 6 of them gotta go. They not gonna make it. So I understand the fact that everybody can't go. But even the Bible, because I know you say you follow the Bible, and the Bible says, do it in public. I forget what Timothy says, rebuke them, those who persist in evil, rebuke them or chastise them in public so that the rest may stand in fear. So when we ostracize you, we don't support you, we don't help you, and anybody found helping you was punished and penalized. And the way we do that, and I'm gonna say this again, I don't have the direct answer, because I tell people this. To act like we can just come up with all the answers for politics today, that's a foolish conversation. You can talk about the ins and outs in politics every day, all day, for the next goddamn 10 years, and you wouldn't be able to cover everything. The purpose is just starting. What I learned is, somebody got to mute up. I've learned you got to start somewhere, getting started. And like I said, the ostracizing of anybody who doesn't follow those rules. And what I've learned is coming back, like I said, because, I believe in God. I'm a God nigga. Shout out to you. Hey, God niggas, fuck y'all. But it is what it is. I love y'all, for y'all my brothers, but we going to get there. But the whole point is, even this is what I love about the Bible. I get all these ideas from the Bible. Let me tell you right now, this ain't none of mine. It's all God. All praise to the Most High. I learned all this. This is why I believe in tribalism, because he said it. This is why I believe in punishment, because he said it. This is why I believe that, again, I always say, it can never be nothing of the group. And this is what everybody has to get on page. And if you don't get on page, or well, that's just your ass, you out too. Nobody can jeopardize the majority. Whatever that's going on that is going to set the majority back, it has to go. It's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion. It's not right for the bad parts of the dysfunctional parts to make us all suffer. And we have to draw that line if we're going to start talking about taking power.
All right. Yeah. So basically, David Johnson said, "Man, you niggas is out of here." Fuck that. All right. I tried.
Y'all go. I want you niggas go, because y'all listen. Because let me say this. Let me just say it's the same reason why when you get gangrene, you have to cut it off. Like, listen, for you bozos, if you don't want to get right, listen. Go ahead and ostracize yourself. This is why when you're in jail anywhere else, they separate you. Like, it's not fair and it's not right. And you can't say you love nobody if you're willing to hold us down and destroy us. That's not right. Like, get your ass out of the boat and let us help the majority of our people get what we need to get, man. If you're going to crash out, should crash out for a cause or something. Do something good and crash out for the people if you just got to crash out. But don't hinder the people. That's not right.
Let me say this and then we'll go to
Hey, fantastic.
What up?
Up to me while David was speaking, right? Here's the question: when it comes to reparations, right? Since we're talking about how things will go, the hierarchy. Okay, here's the question: to the brothers who are in jail, whether they committed high crime like murder or petty crimes like stealing, will reparations apply to them because they broke the law? That's for everybody. What's your opinion? Question, on this topic about hierarchy. Organization, who's gonna get what? To those who committed crime, and even the crimes against their own, right? Like killing your brother because you step on your shoe, or stealing, was it a bag of whatever because your mommy didn't want to give you some money or whatever. All those brothers, if they qualify.
Hold on, faster. Wait a minute. Fantastic. Let me get that. CD, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna give it right to you.
Yeah, this nigga blaming God.
Listen, many of them see. That's why I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not gonna say pro-wax because I don't want to do that, because at the end of that, they believe. The problem is this. Listen, this is what people understand about that statement. I'm gonna show you how they full of shit. First and foremost, it said if you catch a Hebrew, it's a scripture. Y'all can look it up. I'll get the scriptures later, or you can Google this. You catch a Hebrew, and the Hebrew is a crime, and you put him in bondage. He can only stay in bondage for 6 years. On the 7th year, you must release him. The white folks never did that. And secondly, when God said, it said servants, it said obey your masters. It was talking about the prophets of our nation. It wasn't talking about outsiders. It was saying, be kind and obedient to the masters. And then this is the part, people like him who cheats, actually the hypocrite cherry picking, because the next line says, and masters, be the same way to your servants. Niggas conveniently leave that, but niggas conveniently, like he said, I'm cherry picking, you goddamn hypocrite, but he conveniently left that part out. Y'all got it.
CD, it's on you, brother. Go ahead.
Check in, mate. Goddamn. That's real. That's real.
That's what David saying, right? David, you say a key word. You say masters and slave. Now, in that context, right, talking about the culture, when you have a job, you are a servant, right? So when Paul was basically saying, he's like, hey, if you are a believer, right, one of us, and you're to a servant, don't be like the heathens, how they were mistreating them, right? So there are rules, right? Because that's why I tell people when Christian says the law is no more, right? That's why Christians, quote unquote, enslaved. Why? Because if they say the law is done away with, the law has laws when it comes to masters and their servants, vice versa. So if you say the law is done away with, well, as a Christian nation, we can enslave you however we want. Why? Because the quote unquote laws of God is done away with. So people don't understand Romans 13, right? In a proper context, it's saying, hey, employers, if you have employees, pay them, treat them right, don't beat them because people get caught up with the word slave, right? Because we don't want to get
faster, right quick, and then we gotta let CD get it. And fast, here's something else people don't know. For children, y'all are children. Go study a book. Like, listen, in war, you took a lot of captives. You didn't murder the people because that was the workforce. So rather than kill all them goddamn people, you put them to work. That is how wars were. I know that's a little hard for you children to deal with, but that is how people did wars. When all the people that they conquered, they put them to work. That's how it's always been. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at goddamn history. You got it, CD.
No, that's real, man. I was going to say, to answer your question, Mr. Fantastic, in alignment with what David, fellow Leo, was talking about, that was the whole point of me mentioning the black version of Mossad. You got to have a means to hold those people accountable, and I think that's why
facts
organizations like that exist. Right now, we don't have that means.
And the people that rule this place, who are current rulership, they know that. They listen. The reason they have an enforcement, there's law enforcement, because they know they've always had enforcers. You need somebody to enforce this shit, otherwise ain't nobody gonna listen to it. That's why when I hear what's always hypocritical, back to just the hypocrisy that they do on our faces, where they tell you don't take the own law in your hands, and they tell you go to jail or you get in trouble for physically doing something to somebody. But that's exactly what they'll do. You don't do what they say. They recognize they have to use physical force. That's why they got batons and guns to make you do it.
All right, let me say this, and then we go into detail. Listen, man, y'all, listen, bruh. Yes, it was. again, man. Was slavery tragic? Yes. Was slavery fucked up? Yes. But black people are not the only people. Not only not the only people, not the longest people enslaved in the history of mankind, dog. Not even the worst. As much as you guys like to claim the worst or whatever, slavery is fucked up, atrocities, all this other shit, bro. Bro, the shit that they were doing, like when you go back and you look into like white Europe, bro, you learned like that's the shit. Not the bro, it was bad, dog.
And listen, fantastic, right quick. And listen, for y'all who don't know, because I know y'all think the white man has ruled the universe. He don't rule shit. Just listen, he's ruled the shortest. He's had the shortest time of rulership.
Bro, David. Listen, David. That's what's really killing. Like, brother, y'all understand? And then even so, like I said, you go back into Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was what you call it? What was it? Mongolian. Y'all know how they come to Mongolians. Mongolians are dark. Why? The Mongolians is naturally dark and naturally fucking bigger and brolicker and just these ravaged, savage motherfucking warriors. You figure it out if you need to figure it out.
Bro. Man, if it wasn't for the Mongolians, this country would have been probably a Muslim country if it wasn't for the Mongolians.
So that's what I'm saying, man. Go back and do the history, bro, and get out of this thing, bro. Again, slavery was fucked up, yes, and I have to say this because if you don't, niggas, I really don't. Because even if I say it, niggas not gonna acknowledge it, bro.
But you got to just so they can't say you to say that. Disclaimer. You have to.
But this is what I'm saying, man. Listen, every other group that has has suffered from type of slavery or atrocity or bondage, whatever you want to call it, bro. And there's if you don't know, there's actual slavery going on today. Okay, there are actual Africans that are in the Middle East that are slaves. Okay, some cases
Those are Africans,
brother. They still people. I'm talking just in general, brother. Pastor, come
Even
on,
here,
bro.
Mr. Fantastic, even here in
Call 'em
Texas, even here in Texas, what do you think that those illegals do? They work for free. That's slavery because they put the fear that, hey, if you don't do this, you're going back to Mexico. Oh, si, senor. That's slavery. Making someone do a job that they don't have to, you're forcing them. Isn't that what they call forced slavery, you know?
No, that's indentured servant. I think that would be more what they're trying to say what happened to us, which was real slavery. I think that would qualify as an indentured servant. What you think? What y'all think?
Right. Well, I kind of wanted to make a more secular point in relating to, from my observation of Black American history, what are the problems and what are the issues? The problems that were talked about in regards to the lack of cohesion and the lack of dovetailing in terms of quote unquote getting things done. From what I see historically and socially is this. It's not a matter of division. That's the problem, because divisions exist amongst numerous people in numerous nations and countries and societies. And divisions are often inevitable, right? Rich and poor, this party, political party, that political party, educated, uneducated, so forth. The problem isn't division with African Americans or Black Americans, it's factionalism. So what you have are people that have different factions, and these factions vie for support, funding, and to do what they want to do in regards to their agenda. So if you look at the whole ADOS, FBA, that's a miniature or a example of that. Supposedly two organizations dealing with the Native Black American agenda or aspect, which relates to reparations. But what's the problem? ADOS is too nativist because you have Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell has been on the board of an organization, PFIR, Progressives for Immigration Reform, tied to the Tanton Network. Tanton was anti-immigrant and white supremacist. And so you have, and of course you have Tariq Nasheed with FBA. He has his issues. And so what you have are these factions, these organizations that vie for each other. So it isn't a matter of simply of divisions, because divisions can exist, but people can, in and of the moment, come together and make things happen, can make change happen. You could argue the civil rights movement was that aspect. There are people that they're coming from different parts in the civil rights movement, but they came together in order to effect change. 64 Act, the 65 Voting Act, the 68 Housing Act. So I think the issue in regards to whether it's reparations or some other issues relating to Black Americans isn't division, it's factionalism. And that's harder to deal with because in an individualistic, pluralistic society like the United States, everyone wants their group, their organization, their outfit, and they want to be able to, as I mentioned before, get the supporters, get the money, get the outcome, and do their own thing. And that's ultimately the problem that I see in regards to Black Americans. And so I got to get going. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everyone's time and attention on this matter. Thank you so much.
Salute. CD, it's on you.
No, it's on D-Town. D-Town, go ahead.
D-Town. What up, D-Town?
Man, what's up with it, man? Y'all been all right, man?
Yeah, we good, brother. What's happening?
Shit, nothing, man. I said we talking about these reparations, man. Shit, I don't know what we should do, man. I don't know. I think we should just get back to what we did best, bro, is get back to this religion, get back into that Bible, bro, and have some morals about ourselves. And once we get that down, then that money gonna come, you know?
Absolutely. Because I'm gonna say this, make no mistake, like God is about people always misinterpret God. God is about economics. We had kings for goddamn for crying out loud. He gave Solomon the wisdom and the jewels.
And the rich, nah, for real. Like
and the money. So when people act like God is around here telling you to be broke, no, he just wants you to make sure, like, put it in proper perspective. Like, one thing I tell people about money, for me, if I tell you my secret to money, is two of the reasons. I've always treated money like it wasn't shit, like it was a raggedy bitch, and when it's some about when you treat women bad, they like to come back. And I've always looked at money. I've always shared money. Like if somebody says, "What's your key to getting money?" I say, because I don't look at it like anything. It's like a tool. It's like a dirty broad who I treat bad. And I look at the fact that, again, I share it. I share it, and the fact that I share it, I do that not only for the Lord and for everybody else, for my people, to show my people we can share with each other. I do it for myself, to prove to myself that money ain't shit. Because let's just be funny. People say money ain't shit. I can prove to you money ain't shit. If there was nobody here on the planet, if it was you by yourself on this planet, how much really important would it be to have all them diamonds? You had access to have all the diamonds. It's just you here. You had all the cars. You had all the money. You had all that. What? If you really be honest to yourself, it really wouldn't matter, because ultimately it's vanity.
It
because
wouldn't
you
mean
like
nothing.
Yeah, because outside of the part, the needing it to survive, you use it to show off. Because if there was nobody here to see you in that pretty car, you don't give a shit about that pretty car. If there was nobody in here to tell you how good you look, you wouldn't be putting on them nice clothes. So ultimately, it's for vanity. And that's why sometimes I always look at God as like he just said, if you put it in proper perspective, context means everything. He's not against money, but what I love is he says you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God and money. Money is ultimately the ultimate test for me. It's like I just said, that's why I give it away. To prove it don't mean shit to me. And God even says, render unto Caesar what is his, and that's money and anything else. What he's saying is, don't fall in love with the bullshit. One of the reasons we suffer as a people, because make no mistake, people like to say we broke. That's a lie. We spend a lot of goddamn money. For us not to have no goddamn money,
lot of goddamn money.
We always got some goddamn money. So I've never quite agreed that economics was our only problem. I think policies. We need policies. I think we need allies. I think we need a whole bunch of things, but it's not just money. But like I said, the real thing for us is just recognizing, and it's gonna sound so cliche, like we are the money. Let me say this. Look, listen. If I got your back and you got my back, there's no room for anybody to fall. The problem comes if I got my back and you got my back and I ain't got yours. There lies the problem. All we have to do, and I'm going to say a cliche, God said, love your brother as you love yourself. And not only to show you how powerful, because God in the Bible smarter than all you niggas. I don't care if you think you're smarter than him. He said you can hang these two laws up on the Bible. Love God as your Lord and Master with all your heart, your mind, your soul, all that, and love your brother as yourself. See, what y'all think is that's just mushy. He's telling what he didn't tell you, because you got to be able to read between the lines. There's so many things that come along when you and your brother getting along. Y'all got each other's back. Y'all there to temper each other. Y'all there to build with each other. He says if one falls, there's somebody to pick you up. But if you're by yourself and you fall, who's there to pick you up? He's telling you there's so much more to brotherhood. This is why I love this space. There is so much more to brotherhood. You might be thinking you going crazy till you come jump on a Mr. Fantastic panel and you please your heart out and you see brothers got your back and they give you encouragement. You might was going to end your life that night. Brotherhood is powerful. And once we get the brotherhood, the money won't be shit, because you will recognize my brother is more important than the money. So then the money will come.
Yeah, everything you said was right, man.
For black people. For black people in America.
I'll show you right fast.
I swear y'all trying to get me canceled, bro.
No, please don't cancel Fantastic.
I'm gonna lose my motherfucking imitation African card, nigga. I'm not even gonna be no tether no more. Shout out to King Kareem. Good job putting together their own blast early. I try, man. I'm trying to do the thing, man. Trying to deliver it, bro.
I just want to salute all you brothers, man. I'm gonna get out of here because I just missed a call from the VA. I need to call them back, but I'm still in the chat. It's Street Nasty Entertainment, man.
All right, for sure, bro.
Thank you. Salute y'all, man. All right.
Let me say this. Right there, I'm giving it up. What's weird to me is he's still playing. real quick. I got the feedback. Okay. I'm gonna say this, man. And I know it sounds cliche and it's crazy because y'all in the space where it's manosphere. It's supposed to be brotherhood, but y'all act like y'all don't like it. Like, listen, bro, like one thing about me, I might get in y'all ass. I might talk my shit to y'all. But one thing about it, I recognize, again, it's back to politics. That's why I'm one of the smartest niggas in the space. I recognize that together is how we gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna say this again, brother. We already a ragtag goddamn crew, motley crew as it goddamn is, being the brothers, and very few are like-minded with us. You know what I'm saying? So I recognize how powerful, because I mean, I've been doing the rugged individualism myself. I've been buying everything myself since 13. And this is why I'm qualified to talk about it, because I didn't make the excuses. I did it, but make no motherfucking mistake. I know goddamn well it was hard. And I know there are people who went through harder trials than me. I know my trials were difficult. I've been buying everything myself since 13. I don't know very many men who are men now who've been doing that since 13. So, but I still recognize how better or how further I could have been just with some assistance. So this is why I always tried to be the brother that I never had, or the brother that I wanted to see. And all I'm trying to tell y'all is I'm encouraging all y'all to do that. I know we disagree. I know we get into it, and I know we act like we got to stop that when we disagree. It's that we enemies or we don't fuck with that. Like, again, all them other races, they can disagree. I say it anytime. Pull up China, Chinese. I go into Google. YouTube, and I punch in Chinese courtroom laws. I don't think when they fight, and you'll see them Chinese dudes in there literally fist fighting while they're trying to come up with these laws and these rules, because they understand how important that is. But my point is, I don't mind us fighting. We can get into it. No threatening, no bodily harm. No, I'm gonna pull up. Let this time. That shit is over. Leave that for the little children or the goofballs. We the men now. It's time for us to. We was children. We did childish things. It's time to put that shit away, and it's time to get serious, man. Even if we don't pull it off, man. I don't give a fuck if we pull it off. I just want to at least know I gave it a try. I want to at least, when it look back in history and I'm older than shit, if I'm able to hold them all wrinkled up and I can't move, I can smile on my face as I breathe my last breath, knowing I at least tried. Even if I just talked, even if I threw a few dollars around, even if I helped some people on the street, at least trying. I can die knowing I at least tried versus dying regretting, knowing I didn't do a goddamn thing but be a selfish bastard.
Indeed. All right, I'm about to drop down. It was good talking to black people on the internet. Some of y'all kind of questionable though. Some of y'all like, well, Shami, I don't know about you, bro. You kind of questionable. Fasting, you were completely questionable. We know you. Check your papers, bro. We gotta check your papers, Fasting. Your visa still good, bro? Because I'm gonna start calling ICE on all you brothers in the manosphere. Well, not brothers, but all you illegal immigrants in the manosphere. Y'all have a blessed. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Listen, man. At the end of the day, bro, I gave the opportunity and a chance for what's the name? And shout out to JT Helster, man. I stand corrected, brother. You're right. It wasn't Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, what's the name? I'm trying to think of the fucking people that was like the dark fucking Asian. What's the name? I couldn't find it, but you're right. Huns are just Chinese motherfuckers.
Are you talking about Cambodians?
Is either Cambodians or what's the name? I think that's what it is.
They know what we mean, though. Goddamn it, you know what
Cambodia. From what I heard, Cambodians
right,
are the
right.
niggas of the Asian community.
Yeah, shit like that bothered me, but still, it was a prominent fucking conqueror. I just can't figure out who he was.
That's all right. We know what you mean. We know
but I gotta make the right. Shout out to JT Helston, bro, for doing that. That's what man's been doing this whole time. Outside of that, man, listen, dog. Ultimately, bro, listen. I told you, I'm not your enemy. I peoples, man. Listen. I shout out to Personal Shopper. Thank you, Personal Shopper. I greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, donate more than that next time. God damn it.
Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, listen, dog. No matter what the difference is or whatnot, what have you. Ultimately, I understand the importance of the group. As much as you niggas love to tell me I work for the white man and white supremacy and all this other shit, I've learned a lot from that same white man. Okay, and I've worked with not just white men, but Hispanic men, Asian men, African men, Caribbean men, men from all over the fucking world, man. Russian men, fucking, every all walks of life. Right. And the wonderful thing about that process, man, is just learning what you don't know. Okay, learning what you don't know. And being that a lot of us never get outside of ourselves, literally and figuratively, especially when it comes to culture and having an understanding of other people from, not only other walks of life, but literally like other parts of the world. We're extremely limited in our understanding of reality, actual reality, not our perception of reality, but actual reality. And one of the biggest things, man, like I said, this is why I always, if you ever want a true critique of what you got going on, you need to get an assessment from somebody outside. Okay. So when y'all say this thing about white folks shouldn't this and white folks shouldn't that, to a degree, I understand and I agree, but at the same time, you should use them and take their best parts and what they're good at and what they're great at and put it upon ourselves and then hold ourselves to that standard and, put in milestones and goals or whatever to get to that point.
Thank you.
So,
and Fantastic, wait. That's what they do to us. They get up under us and get all the information and what they need from us. Why we can't do that? That's what I'm saying.
Y'all complain about cultural appropriation, man. So, like I said, if this is a game, bro, you play to win, right? And it's too much. It's too many. I don't want to say none of no white folks. I don't want to like, well, brother, you gonna miss out on a lot of game, brother. No. And you just pass out the goddamn soups. Cool. Okay, listen, no problem. You don't want to talk to the white folks? We'll go talk to the white folks. You sit down, pass out the soups. No problem. And that's what I'm saying, man. Listen, people Jay-Z paid fucking, I think he said, so many hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars for a lunch with Warren Buffett. Okay. All right. Why did he do that? Because again, man, that's a person that has a level of not only knowledge and wealth, but most importantly, experience and wisdom. Okay.
I remember Master P said he paid Michael Jackson's lawyer to get that information.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's that you don't, bro, you have to pay for it. And you know what? Again, I gotta come back to Pearl, unfortunately.
Yep.
Got to.
That's what she did. That's exactly what she did.
This white woman saw enough value in, the same black man that niggas was calling, hey, the same motherfuckers that, had all these things and all this negative shit to say and pocket watching and hating and, whatever. This white woman took her time. She went to him, paid him, all right, got his counsel and earned his respect and all these different things, man, develop a relationship. And lo and behold, it's paid off. How many of you done that for a black man?
Right.
How many of you?
If I may, I'm sorry, my bad. Fantastic. No, you got it. I'll wait.
Yeah. So yeah, how many of you have done it for a black man? And again, every one of you that come here every day, you do it. You know what I'm saying? So please don't even just showing up, man. But especially when you give your hard-earned dollars, you do it. So I'm not talking to those that do, but a lot of the pro-blacks, man, are you doing the same? Okay, and are you actually in it for the progression of everybody and not just the point of coon, tether,
race hustling and race hustling?
Yeah, man. Again, bro. I told y'all, man, I'm not doing this for me. I got 2 sons, man. 2 sons and a daughter. I got to make sure that this world's in a position to where when I'm long gone or whatever, and I got grandkids and stuff here, bro, that as best that I can know, I did my part for the world to be a better place for them than it was for me. And that's the way I look at this shit. And I've been telling y'all that since day one, bro. And I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's never about whatever I'm doing now, man. I'm looking, shit times into the future, bro, where I'll be dusting the ground somewhere. But David, you got it, brother.
No, you said it best, brother. It's always saying like, listen, man, y'all listen. Diplomatic. I'm gonna just say this. This is what I need black folks to do. I want y'all to y'all homework assignment for today is diplomacy and being diplomatic. I want you niggas don't read it, go study it, learn it, practice it, because believe it or not, I think that word will make a dramatic change for y'all. Because once you learn that doesn't mean you have to agree. And like I was telling somebody I was telling them on BGS's panel the other day, politics don't mean everybody in politics they agree, they're friends. It's just what can I utilize from you to help my group overall, and everybody does that. You don't have to be friends. Nobody's saying they have to agree. And even coming back like what you said to Pearl, that's what I was gonna say. For all y'all haters and bullshitters, check this out. The majority of Pearl's audience did not come from the manosphere. The majority of Pearl's money did not come from the manosphere. The majority of Pearl's notoriety did not come from the manosphere. She was smart enough to dip in and talk to a few folks, but she had her own gimmick. She set her own plan up, and you can't hate on that. But again, you can hate on it if you like. Stop lying, saying we did anything. We agree with her relationship talking points. They're red pill. Listen, we can't get the red pill conversation and hold it down. This is just for black folks. No, white man, get off a white woman. Don't touch this. No, this is just for us. You can't. How could you hold? How you gonna hold a talking point online? You goddamn morons. So I need y'all to grow the fuck up a minute. Recognize at the end of the day, maybe Pearl might want to leave the goddamn politics and worrying about what the fuck we people owe us. She might want to leave her opinion out of that. But outside of the relationship advice shit, for most parts, I have no problem with what she does. And even if I did, oh well, what you gonna do about it? If you don't like Pearl, you got such a this is the challenge I give to you niggers. You niggers. If y'all don't like Pearl, outdo the bitch. If you don't like the white pasty girl, and no offense, Pearl, I gotta say this for my folks, is how we talk. If you don't like the white bitch, outdo her. And I know we're gonna get you shut down. Hey, look, that's not the views of this is not a reflection of Mr. Fantastic. This is David.
No, I wasn't even doing that. Like, no, I wasn't even saying that. Like, whatever. I was saying that in agreement. I was as in point.
Looking at you. No, listen, I wasn't even looking at you. I just said I wasn't even looking at you. I'm not even looking at you. I just literally said that because I'm like, you know, even said I think it's gonna get me shut down. So No, because diplomacy. I'm talking about diplomacy. That's not diplomatic. So but for our people, Pearl, I have to say that. But if y'all don't like what she's doing, outdo her, surpass her. Look, do something better where you at and get us to support it. And I support you. What you're doing is good and it's on point. I support it. This is why I'm in this space. But other than that, that's why a lot of stuff Mr. Fantastic says I may not agree with, but a lot of it I do. Like, I ain't with the goddamn crying. I ain't with the goddamn whining. Because for me, like, understand, now don't get me wrong. I am with some shame, blame, and explain, different conversation, but I ain't with the crying and the whining because that shit looks weak. Like at the end of the day, if they won't give it to us, we gonna take it. If we can't take it, we gonna infiltrate. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's more than one way to skin a goddamn cat. I need you to quit all your goddamn crying and whining and figure out how to skin that goddamn cat. On that note, I'm going. Thank you for having me, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
later.
Man. Hey, we about to going once, going twice, going 30 times, man, for these cats or whatever, bro, for you guys that were here. I see Finance Man asking, is that your master, brother? I don't think anybody ever claimed that, brother, but the link is in the chat for you to come up if you have any type of pushback. Let me see. Hold on. They can't even see. Look, that's what I'm saying. Y'all in the chat, man. Oh, okay. Okay. They can't outdo her. Well, I don't know. I don't know what this means. Mulatto, Vanguard. Here you go. I mean, it's a lot of you guys, man, that had an opportunity, bro. CJ, again, brother. No, she didn't. Brother, we just explained it to you. None of you guys say this shit, and you can never, ever, bro. Exactly what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Y'all say this, bro. And it was what's so crazy to me, man. Especially like CJ, man. And again, I just gotta point this out. Here you go. Here you go. Perfect, brother. Here we go. What's up, man? Yeah, what up, fam?
What's going on? Yeah, I definitely got a little pushback about like dudes saying like Pearl didn't come up off the like the black sector or like black channels. Like from what I seen, like when she had a podcast on her channel from like way back when. She deleted a lot of her videos now, but her stuff was not getting like no traction. And then I heard the story about Kevin Samuels and all that. Like she met with him and gave him some money. What it looks like to me is like she maybe like had like she came into the game with money. So maybe she had like good management and she got
no, fam. She explained that. Nah, she didn't. She said her dad gave her like $5,000 for a camera and a setup and like some furniture, dog. That's it. Her dad had no.
Yeah, I mean that's coming into the game with money though. That's
5 bands, brother.
Yeah, I'm lagging right now, but
No.
yeah, 5 bands. She said 5 bands, mic and
No.
setup. That's
Brother,
I mean, and that's
no.
what she said. But I mean, that doesn't mean I
Brother,
was gonna finish though. I was gonna.
My bad. Go ahead.
That's coming into the game with money. It's because there's some people they just came up with a cell phone and all that. So yeah, she came. I'd say she came into the game with money. She said 5,000 and a couple of other different things, and she said that her dad didn't have industry connections. Evidently, with somebody else with some type of connections or something. And then just because she said 5,000 doesn't mean she didn't get more than 5,000. So
Okay,
I
well,
mean, I
cool.
don't.
Oh, so she
But
lied.
yeah,
So she lied.
yeah.
So let's
No, I didn't. No, I didn't
wait.
say that. I'm just saying that's. I was just throwing it out there. I didn't say she lied.
Okay, but
Yeah.
so to that point, whether she came in with money or not, do you understand? You understand that you literally can't force people to like you, right?
Yeah, but I was gonna finish my point. All I was saying is like she definitely came up off the, and I was about to explain that. Cause she came in, she was doing the shorts. Shorts came out, she was getting millions of views, with the shorts from other channels, and then that was pulling other platforms that was pulling to her YouTube. People still wasn't really like messing with the podcast like that. And then all of a sudden she started going on different panels and being like the topic on the panel, being like one of the stars and the guest on panels with similar niches, like similar black dating and relationship channels. Like some in England, some in the black manosphere. Like I was seeing that going on. And when she was doing that, I don't know if it was some money being exchanged behind the scenes, but for her to be going on these panels and being this star of the show and nobody know who she is, I'm not saying no money getting exchanged behind the scene, but our managers, because I just got off the phone with Pearlie's manager, or
So you're not
managers are making the most
you're
money
not
in the
saying that
YouTube
you're
game.
just insinuating it. You're not gonna say it, but you're gonna insinuate it. Okay.
No, I'm saying this is what I'm saying. This is what I've heard. I'm just going off putting all the context clues together.
And how you? So
It's
where did you hear this from, bro? Just out of curiosity, brother. How is it that you? Because CJ, all due respect, brother, you don't even do content, right? You're not a content creator, right?
I do content, but I
You do?
got 6 different channels. Yeah, I got 6
Okay,
different
cool.
channels. Yeah.
All right, cool. So you are. So how is it that you know and you're privy to all this stuff about Pearl? Are you subscribed to Pearl?
I'm not subscribed, but she would come in the sectors, the black. I watch a lot of black male content, and I would see
Okay.
her just show up, and I'm like, is some money being exchanged, or she got the
Well,
same management or something? But then I would
this
hear
is
the
what.
content creators say they
Yeah,
talk to her manager and stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah. I didn't. What content creator said they talked to her manager?
Anton. I heard Anton say that
Her
plenty of times.
manager or her producer? Blessing.
Her management.
Her management? Okay.
Yeah, they was
I
talking
never
about
even
like,
heard the term used management with her, but okay. But
yeah, and
I thought she was the manager. It's my understanding that it's Pearl's the manager, brother. So how does Pearl have a manager when she's the manager?
From what I've heard, I heard Anton say this, and then even Kevin Samuels, he hired somebody to manage his stuff when he was on the come up. And he said the person's name, he laid it all out. He got rid of that video though. So I'm just saying, like, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together because I'm like, we gotta think about it, man. We running a YouTube channel and you doing it like that, you have a team. She clearly has a team. We gotta
Yeah, well, she
keep it
admits
real.
she
It's
keeps
some
that clear.
money
She
in it.
definitely has a team. But it's so again, it's a lot of stuff. So you still say you was gonna tell us like how she came up
and
off
I'm
the black
not gonna put
content.
all the information out there. Yeah.
Wait, cool. Just tell me how she came about the black content.
Well, you bored. I can't even hear nothing you saying. I'm bored. I'm bored right now.
I'm Borgin? Put a one in the chat or let me. Am I Borgin?
Nah,
or is
I'm
he good?
Borgin. My shit been Borgin all day. No, you
Okay,
good. My shit been Borgin all day. Nah, my shit been Borgin all day. So are you
Okay.
good now?
Okay, cool. So
I might
again.
have to even hop down, but yeah.
Okay, well, hop down and come back up, brother, and I'll answer the question. Just listen to the stream on the other side. We got you. So I'll say this, man. The problem, the issue is this, right? Whenever a white person does something or whatever, niggas want to take credit. All right, just like Eminem. People wanted to say, well, Eminem wouldn't have been as high as he was when Dr. Dre, la. Listen, Dr. Dre explained to himself how every nigga in the world told him not to even sign Eminem. Niggas told him not to fucking fuck with this white boy. Niggas told him, man, it's a white boy, all this other shit. And lo and behold, some of the most money Dr. Dre ever made was off of a white boy. He made more money off of Eminem than he made off of Snoop Dogg, than he made off of NWA, and he made off of any other fucking artist in fucking Eminem alone. That white boy that niggas told him not to fuck with. Okay? All right? Because he was a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Was his most successful product ever in history of motherfucking music outside of Beats headphones. And you can argue those two. Okay. So the issue and problem is the obsession that black people have with the white man or the white woman. All right. Finance man. They're like, yeah, brother. Y'all, it's really here, man. It's that easy. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Pro Whack. That's what I said. Listen, man, you guys, listen, dog. I'm no genius by any means of this social media thing, but I do have a very good understanding of it. From my understanding, Pearl was already huge on TikTok, millions of followers or so on and so forth. She got before they banned her page or whatever. She was heavy on IG and all these different things. Pearl was an expert of, and mind you, y'all thinking this, even though y'all look at her, she looked like she played motherfucking NBA basketball in the 80s. Okay. She looked like motherfucking she looked like Phil Jackson when he was when he's playing for the Knicks, like in the NBA before he became a coach. Bro, she's young. Pearl's young, bro. She's young. So she understands the whole motherfucking social media climate, the social media motion, and all this different shit, right? She understands it. So having that understanding, bro, she used her motherfucking expertise in social media to to do what's very, very hard to do, to cross platform and have growth across different platforms, which is very, very difficult. Okay. So having the understanding of that, man, I mean, that's a big part of it. But I just showed you guys, listen, if you took 100%, 100% of black people and you gave them a YouTube channel, say they look, every man, woman, child, baby, newborn baby, all the shit or whatever, right? To the person on their deathbed. If they were watching fucking YouTube every single day, bro, it'll only be 18% of the entire fucking YouTube. Pearl says her demographics were 50% American, right? 50% American, all right? Which we know there's no way is the 100% of niggas is watching YouTube, not to mention 100% of niggas is watching YouTube and watching Pearl. But only 50% of her demos are American, and the other are a combination of UK and then global. This girl literally has a global outreach, y'all. Global outreach. You niggas are delusional and you have fucking delusions of grandeur, okay, thinking that somehow your ass. And when I heard the majority of black people say, I don't watch her, I'm not sub to her, I don't. But yet and still y'all think that you're gonna have some type of impact, or you've had big enough impact to her skyrocketing growth. Black women hate her. They don't like her. There's a group of fucking black women right now going in, calling her pasty things. Okay. Why? We know why. Miss Ann syndrome, right? At the end of the day, though, she hadn't lost shit. And to you motherfuckers, man, listen, never bow down to the mob, especially the further and further we go, because, bro, you never know who you're gonna need. All right. And a lot of you motherfuckers, man, again, dog, bro, I stand on whatever I listen, bro. A part of loyalty is just that. You're gonna be with somebody through the fucking best of times and worst of times. People gonna fuck up. Now, of course, if it's just they come out to be a fucking blatant motherfucking raging racist, fuck them, leave them alone. But if a person says something, man, that may be a little off color or whatnot, what have you, and you let them go, man, you abandon them off the fucking strength of the pressure of other motherfuckers that don't know them, don't know you, not have no opportunity to motherfucking grow and benefit from. Fuck them niggas, man. A lot of y'all folded when you probably shouldn't have folded. Because again, even though this lasts a little longer than I thought it would have lasted, but then too, it shows you the vast immaturity of the black community. Okay, this really is like unfortunate fucking blatant black eye of the immaturity of something that could even be perceived as racist, not something that is directly racist, not something that's 1,000% guaranteed to be racist, but a perceived racist thing can motherfucking even spread outside of black YouTube, bro. All right, spread outside of black YouTube. Shit's crazy, bro. But anyway, no, and then y'all make it up on Georgia. Miss Fantastic 824 at Gmail, fam. That's my my email. Miss Fantastic 824 at Gmail. Shit. Gmail is my what's the name, man. But anyway, man. Hey. Yeah, that's what they said. Somebody highlighted that. I gotta go see is that real. Shout out to G Dizzle, man. G Dizzle highlighted the shit. So make sure you guys go over to G Dizzle's community tab and look at it, because allegedly she replied on the conservative black guys thing. And that dude, man, that's a little funny, corny dude. He's corny and he's funny, but he's good people, man. So again, man, I know, hey, shout out to that brother. He's responding or whatever, just doing his thing or whatever. But yeah, man. We got to get it together, man. But anyway, appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. That's that on that one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla.